gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats, from life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Phyllis Hart and Coach Edd's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.
What's going on, everybody? Peace and blessings to you all. I hope everyone is doing well. Again, much love and respect to you all. Thanks for you guys tuning in. I know we've been away for a little bit. I appreciate everyone who's been there supporting me as I've been going through some difficult moments, but I'm here. I'm ready to rock and roll and, talk to my brother. And, as the two old farts, as it's saying, the two old farts are here to just talk about sports and life, man. I mean, it's a lot going on. So, but I'm going to dive into it. Again, make sure you guys hit the like button. Got all the information, the descriptions in, all the contact information in the descriptions. Make sure you tap in the halftime, the hardcore, Aboriginal, all those, all that information there. Like, subscribe, share on all social media platforms. We appreciate it. It's free for you guys. And it helps us out immensely, man. It really, really does. So again, thank you all. So, but halftime, how you doing, brother?
Taking it day by day, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Taking it by day. It's dealing with Mrs. Halftime and her situation's been really rough. So trying, this is where I can, step away from reality.
Exactly.
And, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So appreciate everybody here that's tapped in the chat. Little Griffin says, I'm a big fan of the Eagles season. The Eagles better kick Lions' butt. So we're going to get into the NFL. We got a lot on tap for you guys today.
Yep.
So Philly halftime is halftime. Great afternoon from Charles Adderley. Same to you, Charles. Salute, Charles. Thank you, Charles. That's right. Smash them free subs and hit that like button. Nothing better than a free sub, man. Whether it's here or going to your local bodega or wherever and getting your free sub.
Get yourself a sub.
Yes. So, you gentlemen, be encouraged and uplifted more. Thank you, man. So, let's get right into it. And I'm going to start right away with some hockey news. I know normally we don't start with hockey, so that's why I said let's dive into it. Where is it? I'm going to bring up the screen for us to take a look at, and here it is. All right, so starting with yesterday, locally you had the Flyers 6-5 win over the Blues. Also locally, because of me in New York, the Islanders, they had a 3-2 win over the Mammoth. I mean, what a name. I'm sorry, though. That's the most unique name ever for a sports team, the Mammoth. I have to admit that. So kudos to them out there in Utah. So, and then today, we actually have, let's take a look here, the games that we have locally. You have the Devils taking on the Capitals, the Rangers and the Blue Jackets. And I don't think you guys, you guys have the Stars.
Play tonight.
Yeah, you have the Stars, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
So
I'll be streaming that.
Okay. All right. Good shot. So, and then tomorrow we have, let's see, the Rangers taking on the Red Wings and the Islanders and the Avalanche. So, that's what it is in terms of the locals. In terms of the standings, let's take a look here real quick in terms of division. We are in the Metropolitan. So you have the Devils in first place with 25 points. the Islanders at 22. The Flyers are right behind them at 21, and the Rangers are right behind them at 20. I know it's early, but we see where everyone is standing right now. If you want to take a look at the wild card, I would
You got to be
stand.
shocked. You got to be shocked where Pittsburgh is at right now. That's a young team,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be shocked how good they're doing this year. I know I was.
Oh yeah, okay, there you are. Yeah, they're. I guess these are the divisions, so they're
Yeah.
the third division leaders. So Flyers are at number 2 in the wild card. So what is 5 that make the wild card? I mean the playoffs in the East.
Yes.
Okay, so the Flyers are there. Rangers are battling with them. So and then of course the Islanders and the Devils are they're leading in the sense. Devils overall and Islanders the first wild card team. So and
Flyers are going to be in the playoffs this year. I'm telling everybody this. I told them as soon as I heard the coach that we have, like we made the playoffs.
You've been saying that, so it's intriguing. So I mean, how do you feel that they've been playing so far?
Oh, they've been playing great, coach. They have been playing way better, physical. We go into a lot of shootouts.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to OT. We're getting that extra point.
Mm-hmm.
So even if we lose, we get that extra point that keeps us relevant.
Okay.
And so if we keep on doing the way they're doing right now and getting into overtime with the extra point, even if we lose, we're not losing by much because we have that extra point that keeps us afloat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but it seems like almost every game we're going to OT. So it sucks, but I'd rather the Flyers just to win it out, but I'll take it.
Proud president of the Oh, that's you. That's
me.
Okay. You got me with that one.
It was a Cameron. Cameron's over here messing around. I got to my trolls are coming through.
Yeah. What's up, Jacob, man? Thanks for tapping in, man. So,
what's good, Jacob?
What's your thoughts on the Islanders and the Devils and the Rangers? What's your thoughts on how they've been playing?
They're fast, man. They're really, really fast teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it is still early, but they're fast. Mm-hmm. They're fast and they play good defense. So Flyers need to watch on it. But they don't take stupid penalties. Them teams right now are not taking stupid penalties. They're trying to get it. They're trying to get in people's heads. That's how you do it. And they're not. Them 3 teams right there are not taking stupid penalties. And that's how you do it. Like that's how they're playing really good. And they're fast. They're real fast, coach. I'm like, damn, look at the speed on these boys.
How do these teams match up? Those 4 teams with each other. No one else in hockey, just amongst ourselves.
The physicality and the speed. That's how they're right now. That's what they seem like, and they're young.
Well, who's the most physical out of all of those teams?
I hate to say it, I think it's New York Islanders. I think it's going to be the New York Islanders that are going to be the better. Out of all of them, the New York Islanders are the better ones. That's me right now, what I'm seeing. But, later on, they can probably slow down.
Well, what's the Flyers' best attribute then? I mean, is it, speed? Is it offense? Is it defense? Goaltending?
What's good with the Flyers is they don't stop. They just somehow keep themselves in the game. Yesterday they should have lost.
So
somehow they come out at the end and they get that goal. When there's 2 minutes left, that's when the Flyers turn it up and keep it in the other team's zone. Everybody else is already spent. They're tired Flyers wait till 2 minutes left in the rest of the game and say, all right, we got to tie this up now.
So they're gritty and they have
gritty.
great determination. That's basically it.
Yeah, they're not fast.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fast. I mean, every other team is way faster than us. They're more physical than us too. But like Taki, it always keeps his guys. He says, you get your guys back and they'll get yours. So if you stick up, you got to stick up for the little guys. Like Mitch Koff he's a little guy. He got a big mouth, but he's a little guy. So the big guys had to go protect him. You know what I mean? And the Mitch Koff says, all right, I can put the puck in that now. And one of the things of the Flyers is he's starting to come out of his shell. It's kind of hard because he's Russian and there's a language barrier for him. It's hard for him because he has a language barrier. He speaks Russian. He don't speak, American and all. So he's trying to understand that language barrier of how they play hockey here too.
Okay, that's good to know. That I like that. So hold on 1 second.
But yeah, I like the Islanders a lot this year, though. So far, I mean, they could go in a slump. They can get hurt. You know what I mean? Injuries.
Okay. Well, injuries are a part of sports anyway.
Right.
So that's everyone. So but what do you do? I mean, and the kind of next man up mentality. What type of depth do you have? With your team. So
now, if you want to talk about a team that could take a hit and get hurt and keep it up, it's the Penguins.
Okay.
The Penguins are a young team, but they have that next. They have guys that can do the next man up mentality because they were used to it last year. Last year they got hurt a lot, and not everybody was working on the same page, but they were learning how to be the next guy up. So the Penguins are going to shock a lot of people this year, I think.
Well, that's good.
The Devils I do not like. But I hate the Penguins. I hate the New Jersey Devils like I hate the Dallas Cowboys. No, I mean.
No, I feel you. Shout out to my brother RIP Jeffy T, big Devils fan. Love talking about the Devils. So, but
he loved the Devils.
Yes, he did. So, so now
that always like to fucking talk about them, but
I mean,
he don't like the Flyers, and he didn't like the Flyers, and he loved the Devils.
Exactly. So let's get it caught up real quick. Sixers fan, what's up, man? Here you started. Is my brother, and then we had Cameron. What's up? Sixers lost again. We touching it, but we'll dive into that a little bit later. Cameron was saying it's the Islanders when I asked the question. Knicks are, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's still early. They're still developing and gelling, but we're going to talk about yesterday anyway. Sixers got to get better, but you guys are a lot better. So I appreciate that, Nick. It's good to be back. So, but yeah, one thing else I want to talk about with hockey. Where is it? All right. It's one of the news stories that I talked to Halftime right before we came on, and it's what they're planning. International. They're going to be doing the World Cup. They're talking about the host sites being announced by next year during the Olympics. And I believe the Olympics are in February of next year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get an announcement soon, and I believe they're going to be doing those internationally over in Europe. Like right now, they had the conference, the four nations. They're supposed to be doing where is it? Here it is. yeah, they said following the success of the Four Nations face-off, going to the World Cup, that 6 cities have submitted bids to host the World Cup. So, I mean, that's good. And then, every sport is getting that international connection,
Yeah.
baseball already has it. They played in Mexico. Football, we see where, London, Germany, now this weekend, Spain. NBA, they even played preseason Knicks and the Sixers over in Dubai. So
Yeah.
they've even talked about having a European division, and hockey has a lot of international players, so it makes sense, So I mean, with the World Cup, is that kind of like what they have with soccer, the World Cup of
Yeah.
soccer? Okay, so
Yeah.
that's kind of
It's
what
sort of like that. Yeah.
yeah, all right. So, but I mean, what's your thoughts on the World Cup? Having the games internationally, and then in Europe, and the connection to the countries in Europe like Sweden, Finland.
I like it a lot.
Hmm.
Because in hockey,
Hmm.
that's where a lot they come from over that way. A lot of them.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know what I mean? More
Hmm.
than you have it in the U.S. And well,
Hmm.
yes, it's the Canadians, and it goes over. Then you go over there to Russia and all them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Sweden and all that. So it is like it's kind of cool to see you're watching guys that you don't know is how good they really are over there,
Hmm. Hmm.
and because they're fast,
Hmm.
they're young, they're really got a lot of talent, and that's where the talent is. You got to go
Hmm.
where the talent is. I get it. I mean, I get what the NHL's doing. It's a money grab, but
Hmm.
over there, watching hockey is way different than over here. They're just because
It's like
the
a way
way
of life.
they raise and they grow up on it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, one of the things that I appreciate is how crafty they are handling the stick.
Yes.
I have to admit, sometimes seeing the way they, move the stick, move the puck, and you're skating and moving the puck, and the speed that goes along with it, it's like, my big butt, there's no way in heck I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to focus on trying to stay up on trying to stay up on skates, and then using the stick and
Yep.
all of that, and then you're putting a stick in my hand. I mean, I'm probably you hit me wrong. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be smacking people in the face, getting thrown out because I'm like, nah. You give me a weapon too?
Yeah. Yeah. You
So,
gave me a weapon. I'm gonna use it.
yeah, I'm
But
exactly.
like Mitchkov, right?
Hmm.
Came from Russia.
Hmm.
If you watch the passes that he does and the way he uses his stick to get
Hmm.
the puck between his legs, not looking behind him, and say bam, and he can put it on, he knows where his player is, and he can put it on that stick, and he's not even looking where he's aiming.
Hmm.
And he's like, boom, right between his leg and legs. You're like, how do you get that pass off?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's the players are not, they're like, wait, I wasn't ready for it.
Hmm.
They're
Hmm.
not paying attention because they're like, that's an unbelievable, what he's doing is unbelievable.
Hmm.
But they're good with
Hmm.
the stick. And the goalies over that way, they're
Hmm.
huge. I mean, they're 6'7". So,
Really?
on skates, yeah, they're big boys, coach. They ain't little.
I always thought
They're
hockey players were.
6'5", they're 6'5", 6'3", and they're like
Wow.
200 and some odd pounds. And you see how fast they move going to post. It's like,
Hmm.
yo, what the hell?
Hmm. Hmm.
They're
Hmm.
big. They're not little. There is little goalies,
Hmm.
but now they're getting bigger because the bigger it is, the guy don't have to go far. You know what I
Mm.
mean? They do
Hmm.
something
True.
crazy because he's just a big body in the net.
Taking up the net. Yeah,
Yep.
no, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. I didn't think of it because, like I said, I've always hockey players. Even when guys that I knew who played hockey, they 5'6", 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
But again, that was pretty much 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So I get it. Times are changing. So, but yeah, I mean. I'm intrigued. I'm starting to get a little bit interested more into hockey. So, that's some of the things. I mean, especially with you, and then my boy NYG. With our show, he talks about it a little bit. So I'm like, all right, I gotta really, it's not about the dropping the gloves and fighting anymore. I mean,
Oh, but when it happens, Coach.
yes, I know.
No, dude,
I
when it
know.
happens, Coach, you're like, come on.
Yeah,
hit that ball,
exactly.
bro.
Exactly. I'm like, if all sports did that, man, I think, it would change the dynamics with a lot of sports. And you find a lot of these fake tough guys disappear.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do think it should happen to every sport.
Mm-hmm.
In every sport. I mean, basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I think football. You
Mm-hmm.
imagine all you seeing is two guys just going at it, and they're
Mm-hmm.
really going at it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Exactly.
do what hockey does. As soon as you go to the ground, they stop it.
Exactly.
Get some good roughs in there. Like, yo, here you are. You guys just traveling.
Exactly. But you know what it does? It controls the temperature of the game,
Yes.
the chippiness from time to time. Yeah, sometimes you're going to get more chippiness. It's going to get amped up. But for the most part, and like I said, those fake want to be tough guys. They're not going to hide behind the referee. That's what I call them. They want to, talk all their talk, but then hide behind the referees and talk to the referees about this guy. No. You talk that talk, come back it up.
Come back it up.
Yeah, exactly. Then you ain't gonna be messing with some big dudes anymore. Football. A 5'10" guy going up against 6'7".
Mitchkoff would.
Well, there's some.
That dude got a mouth on him.
Of course,
he get right in your face. He don't matter how big he is. He looks up at you like, right in his mouth. I'm like, dude.
No, there's some that yes are going to be like that, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of like in basketball and football, the shorter guys want to poke the bear and think the bear's not going to turn around and maul them. Well, now you would allow. Okay, we're not saying
now
you're not going to be penalized.
A little bit.
You're going to sit out the game or whatever. But you know what? That'll shut up a lot of these guys, and they're going to the next game knowing, let me just play my game. That's so But hey, there we have it. So, but yeah, there we have it. That's going to be it for hockey right now. So, excited, like I said, about that. So make sure you guys comment. Let us know what you think about the World Cup if you're familiar with it. Definitely would love everyone's opinion. So, and your feeling on your favorite hockey team, so on and so forth. So, but now we're going to go ahead and move on to talking about where is it? I just had it. Here it is. I'm going to talk a little bit about the NFL. What's going on in the NFL. So, I mean, it's starting in it's past the halfway point, in my opinion. It's starting to get down to the where are we at? Here we are. Standards. Okay, it's starting to you're seeing who is real and who is contenders and who are the pretenders and what fan bases are going to be living in misery. So, yeah. So, but let's bring up the standings right now, and let's start where we are at. Of course, in the NFC East, Eagles are in first place at 7-2. Giants are in last place at 8-2. If we take a look at the playoff picture, come on. There we go. Come on. Damn thing. Eagles are number one in the NFC.
Yes.
Seahawks are right there behind them at number 2. Yep. Lions, Buccaneers, Rams, Bears, and Packers. So there you have it. Giants. I'm not even going to touch the Giants because we're totally out of it.
Listen, I even think Dallas is out right now, Coach. I think it's going to be in one part. I think it's only going to be one team in our division.
Yeah, but Dallas is 3-5. Yeah, they got a lot of teams in front. I mean, you got the Vikings, Panthers, and Niners who are on the bubble. So and now teams that are in playoff contention. I would say maybe the Bears could drop out. I don't see the Buccaneers have their division. The Lions, it's going to come down to the Lions, Bears, and Packers. So
I don't really see that's why I said in our division.
Yeah,
you know how it's normally two of our.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that no more.
No, this year, I mean,
it is just one. It's just the Eagles going to be in our division. Normally it's two. It could have been the Commanders, but they got injured. They lost their quarterback. Dallas, I think Dallas.
Look, they're giving you your probability. If they lose, they have a 1% chance of making the playoffs. Currently, they're at 1%, and if they win, it goes up to 2%. The Giants, I'm sorry, but 1%. So Cowboys, if they lose, they're down to 2%. Currently, they're at 5%, and if they win, they're at 7%. So that goes right to what you're saying. Eagles, even if they lose, they're 98% chance of getting in.
Yeah.
Currently, they're 99, and if they win, it stays at 99. So now I will say this: you guys are going to definitely have to battle the Seahawks.
Oh yeah,
Seahawks are not a joke this year. They are definitely not a joke. So I mean, I have to be honest. They definitely are. They and the Colts are and the Patriots. I have to also say the Patriots are my surprise teams as far as the playoffs and the positioning in the NFL structure. So
my surprises are the Patriots. I agree with you on that one. But my biggest surprise is the Colts with Danny Dimes.
Exactly.
Danny Dimes is playing unreal. Like, where was this at when you was with the New York Giants?
Halftime, I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been saying it. I said, you got to put talent around him. First and foremost, you got to put the talent around him. If you want him to win the game, no, he's not going to do it. What does he have over there? He has an offensive line, first and foremost. Yep. Never really had that with the Giants. Now, he did have a good running back. He did have a dynamic running back. He also has tight ends and receivers over there. You know, really, I don't think he had no receivers with the Giants. And then you had Evan Ingram, who was always dropping the football, but he goes to the Jags and he steps his games up. So, you know, it just...
You know what else he has?
He also had coaching.
He has a defense that is...
Yes.
If he fucks up, loses the ball,
that
defense is going to give him the ball back.
Exactly.
I'll give you the ball back. You want the ball back? He's like, they're like the water boy. You know, I want that. Go give me the ball, whatever that is.
Yes.
What is that?
But go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Yeah, they're like, we'll get you the ball back. Calm down. It's all good. Yeah, you screwed up. We'll go get you the ball back real quick. And then if they go score, the Colts are getting the ball back real fast and handing it back to them. Like, here you are. We did our job. You're doing your job.
Nick says Halftime doesn't think the Eagles can repeat no more. Not dominating enough.
I think they can repeat. The Eagles are going to struggle because of the offensive coordinator.
Okay. Got you.
Coach, you know how it is.
Yes. No, I know how it is.
Offensive coordinator, Jalen Hurts, every year has a new offensive coordinator. And first of all, going to the Super Bowl, it's hard to go back right after. So the Eagles have been to a Super Bowl, lost to Kansas City, went to the Super Bowl again, and beat Kansas City. Third time in a charm. I mean, it's rough to keep on going back to back to back, and especially with a new offensive coordinator. Every year you're going to have a new offensive coordinator. Something's going to give.
Exactly. So I'm with you with that. You need that level of continuity, you know, because players are creatures of habit. Yes. You know, if things are this, then they become comfortable, they become familiar, and they play off a reaction as opposed to having to think. Because when you're thinking out there, your game slows down. But when you just know, boom, just go out there and play and react to whatever's going out there. You can play fast, you can be furious, and you can play viciously out there. So, and that's what you need, you know, with your players out there. That's how I love the coach. I love players who are intelligent. I don't have to go over a lot of things over and over and over again. You know, one or two times.
Even when you coach, You didn't have to keep on going over and over and over.
No.
But when you put a new offensive coordinator in there, he's trying to do it his way, and the team's like, "Well, we done it this way and won a Super Bowl. Why are we changing it?"
Exactly. So, I mean, having a different coordinator over and over again does take away from your ability to play fast, comfortably, and react to the course of the game. So, I'm with you there.
Yeah, now you're going to hear it from the offense of the Eagles. They're all going through it and say, "Yeah, we're struggling."
What's up, Blaze? Man, thanks for being here. So, if it's so super tough to get back to the bowl, which I agree, doesn't that make Jim Kelly one hell of a quarterback out there?
No, Blaze, because it was the defense.
Whoa, wait a minute. Halftime. No.
Come on, Blaze. Come on.
No.
You know the Buffalo Bills defense was fucking awesome.
I'm not saying they weren't, but that offense.
That defense was awesome.
Listen, I did not disagree with you about that defense, but that offense, I mean, Thurman Thomas, Reed as a wide receiver, Jim Kelly, I mean, and he spread that ball around. I had been watching since his days with the Houston Gamblers. Yeah. I was watching them down in Miami in college. The kid can play.
I hate Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly's not that good. That's why, guess what? That's why when he got to the Super Bowl, what happened? When they counted his number, it
wasn't always him.
Defense, listen.
The defense
only reason why Buffalo got to them 4 straight Super Bowls is that defense was immaculate. That was those boys were playing. They were freaking sitting people down.
No, I'm not saying they weren't up there. So, but Kelly to me, Kelly is like in a sense, he's a step below Marino. And Marino is elite. You were going to say Dan Marino. I knew you were going to put him in Dan Marino's spot. Marino would be higher up if he went to more Super Bowls. Let's be real. He only went to 1. If he went to at least 2 more, at least, I mean, I'm not saying you win them, but if at least, and they both came from the same area in Western Pennsylvania. They had that grit, determination. It was just something about that area back then. And Jim Kelly has a linebacker's mentality. He don't have the speed.
Lost them Super Bowls. You're gonna admit it one day. It might take another 10 years.
Against the Giants, what is it? Wide right? That ain't the offense. The Giants played well that game too.
Yeah.
But Thurman Thomas, what did the Giants do? They said, let Thurman Thomas eat. We're going to take away the pass game. Yeah. We're going to get after Jim Kelly, and we're going to.
And they got after him because he panics when he's.
But that's great defense. That's scheming. That's taking away your passing ability and saying, let your running back eat. It's going to be a low-scoring game. That was the whole point. You forced them to, as a smart coaching staff,
they took Jim Kelly's game away from him.
Exactly. That's the point. They took his game away from him.
If he was as good as you're all saying he is.
No, bro. Okay, then what do you say? What do you say about the Giants when they played?
I don't want to knock him. Yeah, I get he's in the Hall of Fame, and they put him in the Hall of Fame and all, but he's just not. He was not that good to me.
Okay, when you say not that good, I mean, because
he ain't no Dan Marino. He wasn't.
I said he's a step below. I did say he's. I didn't say he was exactly the same. He's below him.
I think he cost his team Super Bowls. And I mean Super Bowls. They should have at least had 3 that year. In that four straight up, they should have won at least 4 of them.
Nah, because Washington kicked their butt and Dallas kicked their butt.
Because goddamn Jim Kelly sucks ass.
It wasn't because of him. It was also because of coaching, bro. That's what I'm getting at. I'm telling you, as a coach, you respect the opposition. So you force them, you take away what they do best. That's
Yes.
any player. That's any great player. I don't care if it's Reggie White, LT, Joe Montana, J. What do they do best? You take that away from them and force them to go to play to their weakness. And what was one of the things that every defense was doing? They wanted them to run the football because they were high.
They just sat bringing Jim Kelly down. They said, here you go, you're done.
Yeah, but Jim
Kelly couldn't man up and handle it.
But no, see, what you're saying is he needed to step. He can't when they're taking away your wide receivers. What are you supposed to do now? You saying he's supposed to step up? Do what? Run the football himself? He can't. It's just like when the Giants faced the Patriots. The undefeated
he has to find
Patriots.
His open guy. He could have found some guys open.
Don Beebe.
You gotta go back. I mean,
Don Beebe.
It's been a while, all right?
Yeah, I know.
Go back and I can show you. We could do this. We could make replays back in the moment. In those Super Bowls, like, see that wide open guy right there? Circling.
Yeah, but
I hate Jim.
Blaze says it best, though. No, going back 4 times in a row, that alone is hard.
That's how good the defense was.
Okay, but it's not about the defense.
Back then, it was shaped on defense.
Yeah, everything was based on defense. The run game and the defense, for the most part. Okay, let me ask you this.
I know that defense was fucking immaculate.
Let me ask you this, Halftime. Who was a better quarterback, Phil Simms or Jim Kelly?
I like Simms, but
Jim Kelly.
Oh,
and Simms is my quarterback.
That one's rough. That's a good question, Coach, because that one's rough. I like Phil Simms.
I'm gonna ask you the next one. Who's a better quarterback, Doug Williams or Jim Kelly? And those are the first 2 quarterbacks he lost to in the Super Bowl. That's why I'm asking you that.
I know why you're asking me.
Exactly.
But the problem is, it was like everybody's putting it on Jim Kelly got them to the Super Bowl.
No,
it was the opposite.
To be honest with you, they got
them to a Super Bowl.
What got them to the Super Bowl, to be brutally honest, is Marv Levy, the coaching. Go back and look at that. Look at what they were doing during that time frame.
The coaching was really good. The coaching's always awesome.
Jim Kelly.
But it was the defense.
What? Wait a minute, Blaze. Come on, Blaze. I can't give you that one, man. That's not
Carson Wentz or Jim Kelly. Carson Wentz is better than Jim Kelly, damn it.
Oh, come on, Halftime. Come on, bro.
Say this is the problem. I'm really fucking with Blaze because he's like Carson Wentz or Jim Kelly.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, everybody put Jim Kelly on his statue that he got his team to 4 Super Bowls, and it's not true.
Well, I will agree with you.
Just like that dude in freaking Cincinnati that everybody is freaking praising about, and he can't do shit.
Well, I will say this. I will not say it was all about Jim Kelly getting them there, because they had a team. They had a team. The defense, like I said, Thurman Thomas.
Look at the freaking Buffalo special teams in those 4 years.
Exactly.
It wasn't Jim Kelly that got him to the Super Bowls, is what I'm saying. Everybody's just acting like Jim Kelly got him to the Super Bowl. No, Jim Kelly lost him the Super Bowl.
That I don't agree with. I don't agree that he lost them the Super Bowl. I think it was more you have to give the opposition.
You're kind of saying it, Coach, because you're saying they took him away.
But see, taking away does not mean he lost the Super Bowl. That's giving the opposition credit first and foremost. That's giving them credit. That's also saying that, you know what, we respect him so much that we have to take away what he does best and force their offense to rely on Thurman Thomas. That's what everyone was doing. Think about it. Thurman Thomas was eating, but how many touchdowns did he have in all those games? He wasn't.
Like, my thing is, Jim Kelly did not get them to the Super Bowl.
But again, he was a part of the reason. He was on a true team. Yes, he was. You're telling me quarterback throwing the football to the
Yes, he
receivers.
is, but I mean, like,
He
that
was a
team was
key
just so
reason.
good. That team was
Exactly.
just so good.
Exactly. We agree on that. They were just that good.
They
Should
was
they
that
have
good.
won?
It didn't matter. It didn't matter if you had who you had as quarterback. I think they still would have went to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, I can tell you now, you could have had pick the worst quarterback that you ever seen,
No.
and they could have went to the Super Bowl. That's what I mean.
Nah, I'm not going to
That's
go
how
there with
bad
that
I
one.
don't. This is
I'm not going there with that one. I'm not going
I
there with
don't. I
that
don't
one.
give him the props that a lot of people do, because I think he cost them Super Bowls.
Well, that I will say. I will say. Okay, you're fine with that. If you don't say, he's all elite and everything. Is he in the top echelon? No, I'm never putting him in there.
Is
But to
he?
make it
Hold on. Let me ask you this, Coach. Where would you have him rated? Top 10 best quarterbacks ever?
No.
Top 20?
I'd have to look at the list. It's probably going to be 20 to 25, somewhere in that range.
Means he's garbage.
Excuse me?
Means he's garbage.
Garbage at 20 to 25 in NFL history?
You know what I mean? You got Warren Moon over him. I got him bad. He's bad.
You just really don't like him. That's all it is. Because
I hate him.
That's what it is.
Because listen, I'm an Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to freaking watch my team go to the Super Bowl. I got to watch it when we played the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm watching every Super Bowl. I'm watching the Dallas Cowboys in Buffalo and the Giants in Buffalo and whatever, yada yada yada. I'm watching them, and it's like, well, Jimmy Kelly cost them that Super Bowl. I'm like, look at this defense, and Jimmy Kelly cost them the Super Bowl. I'm like, that's crazy. And like,
when you say cost them the Super Bowl, is it because he threw an interception for return for a touchdown? Fumbled that was returned for a touchdown?
He was Don McNabb.
Okay, so if we look
he couldn't when he got to that big stage, he was ghost. He was not there. He couldn't show up. Like, he shows up he'll show up through the whole year. And then when it becomes where he is the man, here you are, you're on the big stage. And where the hell are you at? You know what I mean? His body's there, but his brain ain't.
Okay. I'm gonna do something.
I know. Hey, listen.
No.
Listen, I'm the lone wolf on this one. I get it. I'm the lone wolf.
I'm pulling something up. Wait a minute. We're gonna take a look at something. Okay. Well, here he is. Jim Kelly stats in the Super Bowl against the Giants. This is per Stat News. 18 of 30, 212 yards, 60%. Okay, you want to make an argument he didn't show up there? Okay. Against Washington. Now, Washington just played great, though.
No, Washington was nasty.
Yes, but okay.
When he played Washington, all right, everybody bet Washington.
Yeah,
they didn't think
they
Buffalo
were just that good that year. So, but they was
that
28.
year nobody had Buffalo winning that game. They had Washington winning that game.
So his completion percentage 48.3, 275, 2 touchdowns. They don't have the do they? Oh, yes, they do. Hold a minute. Here we go. 4 interceptions. Okay, halftime. You're against Dallas.
Washington. Everybody knew he was going to lose against Washington.
The first one against Dallas, he didn't play that much, as you see. 4-7, 82 yards, 2 interceptions. Yeah. So far in the Super Bowls, he's thrown 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
The last one, 31 of 50, 260, no touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions in the Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's uncalled for. That's just bad. He sucks, and people are gonna have to admit it one friggin' day.
Overall,
I don't look at stats. Hate stats.
No,
I do what I say.
No, I get what you're saying. This is different.
Now you look at your stats here, and it tells you he was ass.
This is statistics is different from analytics. I don't do analytics. I do statistics.
I hate stats in general because you can make stats up and
this is but
to your narrative.
This is not that. No, this analytics you can. Statistics talks about how you perform during the game. 18 to 30, 212 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. That's facts. That's not made up. That's reality. So you want to talk about QBR, his rating, 81.5 against the Giants, against Washington, 44.8, against the first one against Dallas, 58.9, and the last one, 67.1. Again, like I said, I'm justifying your argument, man. I'm justifying your argument. I'm justifying it. All right. If you want to say he didn't produce in the Super Bowls, I have to now agree with you. I have to. You know, the statistics are.
My thing is, listen, I don't want to knock the man, dude. You know what I mean? I get a lot of people love Jim Kelly. He was not the guy that got him the Super Bowls. Jim Kelly did not get Buffalo the Super Bowls. But back, it was the defense. It was so nasty. And I'm letting you know now, so fucking nasty.
But see, that's the argument you're saying got him to the Super Bowl. And that's why I keep saying it's all of them. It's the coaching,
right?
It's the offense, it's the defense. They all contributed to get to the Super Bowl. Now, your argument that he did not show up in the Super Bowl is justified just by looking at these statistics alone. And I'm not even going back looking at the film to sit back and look at play-by-play, game situation, what's going on.
Watch the Super Bowl, you're like, what the fuck? Where's he at today? That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean,
I get it. Listen. I hate him. I don't think he's a good quarterback.
I think, see, that's the point. You're saying you don't think he's a good quarterback. If you want to say he's not a great quarterback, I'll give you that. If you want, he's a good quarterback. You can't say he's not.
Like the new
Joe Burrow is still a good quarterback. He's still a good quarterback.
The new quarterback in this day and age is Joe Burrow.
But he's still in this day and age.
You think he's good all year long.
Okay, but the word good, okay, if he's not good, like you said, he's trash. And if you trash, that means you can't produce. To me, when you say trash, you shouldn't be playing in the NFL, period. That's what I think of a trash player. You don't deserve to be in the NFL. Those players, some are fair, some are average. Jim Kelly, Joe Burrow are good. Are they elite? If you want to say they're not elite,
I say they're okay.
Okay.
But
okay is fair.
Like Joe Burrow right now, in this day and age, it's offense. So Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow has better wide receivers than that keep him try to, oh, he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. And everybody sees that and says, oh, he's good. No.
But that's the halftime. That's, to be honest with you, shout out to my man, Big Pat. He always says this. Quarterback position is a needy position. You need talent around you. I mean, I said it earlier about Daniel Jones. I said you put talent around him, he can be a good quarterback. Good. I didn't say elite. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's elite until he gets to Super Bowls, wins a Super Bowl, and starts getting on that trend. But is he a good quarterback? Yes. Yes. Is Kelly and Burrow, are they good quarterbacks? Yes. Are they, to me, they're a little bit above average, slightly above that, or in that range. Are they elite? I'm not putting them in the category in today's day and age of Mahomes. No, I'm not putting them in that category. I'm not even putting them in the category of Jalen Hurts. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is the elite of the elitists, but he's definitely trending up there, especially if he gets another Super Bowl.
If he gets another Super Bowl, he's getting up there.
Exactly. That's my point.
Like Jalen Hurts. Like, here you go, Coach. Jalen Hurts is never going to throw for 4,000 yards.
No.
That's not his game.
Exactly.
But, like, people are like, well, Jalen Hurts is great. No. He's just okay. He does enough where he don't get you in too much trouble. I mean, granted, if somebody wins the Super Bowl, you're going to give it to the quarterback. But, yeah.
Unless you're Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer, guys like that. So, but,
yes.
But again, but you know what? Now, speaking on that, because Marino never won a Super Bowl, but you could see his talent. You can see what he can do.
Wasn't Dan Marino the first quarterback to throw for over 4,000 yards?
I believe so. Yes. Yes. So,
I mean, like that's the talent that Dan Marino had.
Different time, different era. Yes.
Done it.
Because the Marino right now, if you put him into today's game, I think he's pushing probably 6,500 to 7,000 yards.
Yes, totally.
Okay, but that's different. That's different. But here's the thing: Marino coming into the pros, people did not like his game. They did, and they shitted on like the Jets should have drafted him instead of Ken O'Brien.
Yeah. They shit on Dan Marino. I'm like, how are you shitting on Dan Marino? I mean, this dude's awesome.
Joe Namath threw for 4,000 yards? Wait a minute.
I don't think so. I think Dan Marino threw it first. I think Dan Marino threw it 4,000 yards. Not Joe Namath.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. That's why I love. That's why I like today's technology.
I love this. I'm hoping on.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
This is what I love. I like when somebody tells me, "Yo, you're wrong."
Well, that's where I
got
a Football Bro reference.
Dan Marino.
And yours. Joe, oh, yes, he did. 1967, 4,007 yards.
Oh, really?
But wait a minute. Let me see something. So let me look up Marino.
That means that's.
And is it 5,000? Maybe it's 5,000 yards.
Then that's 14 games, right?
Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards in 1984.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. I think
it's 5,000.
5,000 yards.
Oh. I thought it was 4,000, but all right. But Joe Namath did it in 14 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Again, different time, different era. That's why when we start debating quarterbacks of all time, that's why I just, everyone talks about.
He was right.
Everyone talks about, everyone talks about Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback because he won 7 Super Bowls?
Yes.
First of all, he lost 3. Yeah. How can you be the greatest? To me, that's just like the MJ LeBron argument. I'm sorry, it is. That's
and again,
Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowls and he's undefeated.
Right.
4 Super Bowls and undefeated. So to me, that's just when people make these arguments about the quarterbacks and the greatest of all time. That's why to me it's hard. You want to base things on championships. Well, if you're basing things on championships, if you have
then
multiple,
it's always going to be Joe Montana because he won 4 straight.
He won 4. And him, if you want to see the argument, that's why it's kind of it's skewed.
But I don't like.
Terry Bradshaw won 4 Super Bowls and he's undefeated also.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, that's why I say I'm looking at not just the Super Bowls. I'm looking at the totality of things. Now Montana and Bradshaw had elite wide receivers during their career. Probably the best combination. I mean, Swan and Stallworth, those are my faves growing up as a kid. They were. And then you have Montana with Rice, Taylor, Clark. I mean, he had some elite receivers too during his days. So, and that's the thing. You have to Marino. I mean, the Marx brothers.
Funny. People give me shit over Jim Kelly. And all the people talk shit about friggin' Joe Montana. Remember he said, "Oh, he can't play football. His hands are too small, and all this. He's too small of a guy." I say Jim Kelly's ass, and everybody wants to ride me. Yo, freaking Jay, you said the best quarterback in the freaking NFL is freaking. He was never going to be able to be worth a fuck.
See, now we going there. Now we really going there. Now I gotta look for it.
This is what I love, though.
Now I gotta look
I never liked Jim Kelly. I still won't. I don't think. I thought he was bad.
I gotta find.
Y'all can act like he was great. That's fine with me.
Jim Kelly, like I said, I don't want to make it. See, I'm not saying he's the elite of the elitists, but I'm not saying he's a scrub either. I'm just not. I'm not going to go there and say that. I can't. He's still a good quarterback.
I think he's just okay. I just think he was okay.
Okay, I get you. I get you.
Because of that defense was so awesome. I mean, damn, and you, Coach, when you seen, Buffalo's defense, they were coming out to hurt people.
I mean, exactly, man. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on that defense, man. I mean,
that's the thing. Nobody's giving the defense any credit.
No, I give the defense a whole lot of credit. But again, I still say it was they were a complete team. They just did not win the Super Bowl in the biggest moments. Now, your arguments for
one man, Jim Kelly.
See, did he lose? See, that's the thing. I'm looking at those moments. I also remember the Giants did the one thing I said they should have been doing. Force them to run the football. Back then, people were like, are you crazy? No. You
and everybody was like that you didn't want Buffalo to run the football. You wanted Jim Kelly. Well, you want to put in Jim Kelly's arms.
It depended. There were some teams that, they just couldn't match up. In that AFC, there's a lot of teams that could not match up with Buffalo's passing game. So I give it to you. Where is it? I'm looking for, because there's a video I have where they're doing this argument about the greatest, and the great players are talking about Montana and Brady, and they break it down. And I'm just, damn it,
Montana won 4 straight. I don't remember if he
didn't win 4 straight. He won 4. He won 4.
Yeah, he won 2, lost, twice to the Giants, I believe.
No, he lost once to the Giants, twice to the Cowboys, and once to Washington. So it was Giants first in '86, Washington the next year, and the last 2 were with
Tom Brady. He lost to the Giants.
Oh yes, he lost. Yeah, Brady.
Right.
So, I mean, well, hell, both of them, Brady and Kelly, they didn't fare well against the NFC East in Super Bowl.
No, they didn't. So, listen, Tom Brady cheated too. That should be an asterisk next to your name in my book. And I know nobody's going to say that about the man.
Here's the thing. Everyone talks about the football thing, but what people don't realize, I've even done that during the course. I mean, in going into games in semi-pro in high school, you take some air out of the football. You ask your quarterback, how does that feel? That's good? Okay. And a lot of times referees didn't go all into it, as long as it really didn't compress too much, as long as you have a certain level of firmness.
Well, that's why they have a rule, though, Coach.
But the point is, somebody said because they're winning, that's where I'm sorry, you ratted. You went to the NFL. Oh, the football is a little bit softer than. Oh, okay. And you went and you checked it. It's just like the Yankees back in the day with with the bat, with the tar. Hey, players do it. Some go a little bit more than others, and but somebody ratted. And that's the thing. Yes, it's a rule. I'm not saying you don't, but what I'm saying is everybody pushes the envelope no matter what.
Yes, and I agree with that. Everybody pushes the envelope and see how close they can get it. And I get that.
Exactly.
I understand that. But when you're videotaping, shit that you're not supposed to. Him
Okay.
over there breaking his phone because he's text messaging somebody and he's breaking rules. He needs to be checked.
But okay, you see, everyone blames him. I don't hear people say anything against Belichick.
Oh, I do. I do.
But
I do.
you're the only one that I hear. Everyone talks about,
Well, because
Tom
it ain't
Brady.
his fault that Belichick is stealing headsets.
No, what I'm
Belichick
saying
ain't saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go trade for you, and but I want your playbook."
yes, he does. Belichick used to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what he's doing. He's telling people, "Yo, I'm gonna get you, but I need that playbook before you send it back."
No, exactly.
So I can
But
copy.
bro, what I'm saying to you, everyone does that. Everyone does that. It's just that they got caught. I will say that. I'm gonna be
That's
honest.
why there should be an asterisk next to that team.
But when I say asterisk, then to me, that's everyone. That's every team that's out there, man. I mean, you want to talk about baseball? You want to talk about
baseball?
Well.
If Barry Bonds goes in the Hall of Fame, asterisk.
Okay, but here's a big asterisk, and I'm going to get shitted on for this. Okay, every player before the integration that's in the Hall of Fame should have asterisks on there.
Yes. No, I agree with you.
Because, but that's my point. When people say they should, no, Barry Bonds played in the era. It's not just Bonds. It's not just Clemens. Sorry, guys. Everybody during that time frame
they were doing steroids. They were loading their bats.
So they got everybody.
Caught.
But that's what I'm saying.
Got caught. Problem is, if you didn't get caught, you did a good job. If you got caught, you asshole.
Wait a minute. It's starting, bro. Halftime is a win.
Damn you. Child talk sports here, and I give a ball. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying to win.
Yeah, no, but
all right. We grew up. That was our school. Our fucking gym teacher said, "If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win."
Bro, again, like I talk about me when I play back in the day. There were some dirty things that I did.
Everybody did dirty things.
Did I get caught with it? No, I'm lucky sometimes. I mean, but
I was the asshole. Put him on the bench. He done. You can't break somebody's nose.
Don't get me started with gambling, man. I'm not a big gambler person per se. So the most you will get me to do is like, the Powerball. I'll spend $2 on when it's, close to $1 billion or $500 million, somewhere in that range. Yeah,
I'll gamble on anything.
No, I know you do. I know you do. So, but
my friends will tell me that I got a freaking game. Like I gamble so much, they're like, he'll gamble on anything. He just don't care what he's gamble on. He just wants to gamble. It's the rush.
You're like Michael Jordan.
The rush of gambling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not. I don't care if I win or lose. It's the rush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not spending a lot of money. I know how to handle. I don't have a gambling problem because I know how to handle gambling.
Exactly.
You got to know what you're allowed to spend and what you're not allowed to spend.
But that's the issue. That's the issue with some people, and other people look at other people what they're spending. Exactly. Where I'm like, nah, I'm good. I mean, $2, that's it. But again, the stuff that's going on in sports nowadays, that's why I've never been a big fan of, of the involvement with professional sports with gambling. I get it, the revenue that you generate from it. But it's like, sometimes you just gotta, what does it do? What does it create? Because I remember in college watching a kid, and I'm talking about back in 1986. I'm watching a kid spend $10,000 with a bookie. I'm like,
yeah,
bro, are you serious?
And then they lose. You see him on the couch, depressed as shit. That's because you know why? You took it too far.
Exactly. So
I like gambling. I'll go to casinos. Miss Halftime hates gambling. Call her my kryptonite. She's the Antichrist. I call her. She knows it. She is not allowed near me when I'm near a casino. Yes, Coach. She knows
I'm
it.
talking about you Halftime. I'm talking about Mike.
Oh.
I'll bet on 2 turds being first in a toilet bowl. Oh my God. Yo, really? Yo,
Yeah, but I was like, it's the rush. I get what people do. There's a rush when you're gambling. Go to casinos, you're watching football. Hey, you might not have your team playing. But when you got, $100 or $5 on a team, it makes it a lot interesting.
No, I get it. But some people can also handle it if they lose.
Right.
Because, I know some people say, oh, if you can handle losing, then you're a loser. No, it's not. It's not that, because as a former athlete, what am I supposed to do? If I lose the game, I'm supposed to sit around and soak, or I'm supposed to go around beating up people because I lose? You got to
go like this. You got to wipe it off your shoulder.
Brush it off. You got to identify what you did wrong and try and be better. And that's the thing. People who bet and lose, and then, first of all, if you're betting your life savings, that's idiotic. I'm sorry.
That don't make any sense.
But there are people out.
Like I always say, all you got to do is bet. If you handle it this way and just bet what you can afford, you won't have an issue.
Okay, don't do that, bro. I mean, some people say I'm gonna.
You got to have a limit.
But that's the problem. People, they lose, and then they go into their reserve fund. Oh, I got a reserve fund. What the hell is a reserve fund? Oh, wait a minute. Just say, this is my limit.
Yep.
That's it. I lost, and move on.
Right. Go like this, wipe it over your shoulder, and say, all right, next week I got the same thing.
The prop bets, and that's is why I don't get it. I don't do fantasy football. I don't do prop bet. I don't do any of that, because I also know the doors that it opens, and I'm like, I've seen it.
Vegas knows who's going to win for some odd reason. They got it down to 3 points. That's why if it's in basketball, or if it's in hockey, or if it's in football, they have the odds. They got it in that thing.
First of all, when they put the half points on, they're trying to push you one way or another. So, and they know what it's going to be. They know what it's going to be. Plus, look, I really believe they know early who's going to be imparted in the games, who's not going to be in the games, all that stuff, which is why they set the lines at such and such point, and then they adjust it as they go along. I get all that. If I had the money and I could do that, I probably would do the same thing too. Because it's like, all right, I know who's going to do what. I know who's going to do that. And again, like I said, these pro sports are in involvement with them. So you don't think that somewhere along the line, they may try to make like, oh, we have no association. That's bull. I'm sorry. Because most of us are on the lower spectrum, and we want to do whatever we can to get some serious money in our pockets. Let's be real. You win $1 million. How many of us that changes our lives? I know it would change my life.
Not going to see it in my lifetime.
So
I'm hoping.
You hope it, but I'm not.
I know it ain't going to happen. It's funny. Like, Miss Halftime hates gambling. But when you win,
oh, of course, everybody loves you when you win. Everybody loves you.
You don't like it when you lose. It's like, I'm like, to me, first of all, say like, it helps you get out of your funk. Say like you're having a bad day. Gamble. It helps you get out of your funk. Takes you away from reality, and you're trying to do something.
Well, I mean, we all have that. Like with me, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what that is for me? Sitting down and watching plays, and sitting down designing plays, and going over. That's my drug of choice. I have to admit it. I get a rush over that. Earlier today, I was watching video on man techniques, man principles, off man, press man, so on and so forth, and looking at some of the teachings that they're doing today. I love stuff like that. That takes me away from reality for a moment, and that takes me to another world that I enjoy and I appreciate. So we all have it. We really do. But we've gotten away from the
We got
conversation,
away
man.
from everything. We went to
Yeah.
camp.
So I'm going to take it back to where we were at. Let's get back onto the football side of things, and let's finish up on the Eagles. Your most recent game, you just beat the Packers 10-7 in a
Horrible.
very low scoring game.
Horrible.
And just as a quick stat, Jalen Hurts 15-26, 183, 1 touchdowns, no interceptions, a 92.3 rating. Barkley 60 yards on the ground. Overall 111 for you guys. Smith 69 yards, 1 touchdowns on 7 targets. We're going to get into AJ Brown in a little bit, and let's take a look at the Packers. Love 20-36, 176, no touchdowns, a 69 rating. Josh Jacobs 74 yards, 1 touchdown. Leading receiver.
Too.
Yeah, and a fumble too. Let's see, Watson 2 receptions, 45 yards on 2 targets. So overall, this was more of a defensive game. But what was your take on that game right there?
Now, I love that you said it was a defensive game. There was 2 offensive coordinators that blew donkey balls. It was bad offense. The play calling on both teams, Green Bay's team and the Eagles. Those offensive coordinators were the issue in this game. It wasn't a defensive game. They had 2 horrible offenses going out there. That's my opinion on that. Watched it, and I'm like, the way that they were going for it, and they shouldn't have went for it, but it was bad offensive play calling that really hurt both of the teams.
Let me see something. You guys had a total of 3 sacks. You had 45 total tackles.
Jordan Love hold on the ball way too long.
Let me see. PDs. You had 5 PDs. Pass defense. So let's see what Green Bay did defensively. Let me see. McKinney, you had them. Let me see. They had 50 total.
How you always throw the ball to AJ Brown twice?
They had no sacks.
No.
6 tackles for loss. 2 PDs. No interceptions. It's a combination, but yeah, I could say. Let me
play calling on both sides of the ball, on both sides of Green Bay and the Eagles offense. That play calling on both sides was horrible. Wasn't a good defensive game. It was, what the fuck are we watching? The offense's play calling was predictable. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you going for 4th and 6?
I'm gonna say this because I'm looking at. See, these are the things that as a coach, this is what I do. I go in and I look at the play-by-plays, and it tells me this tells me the story of the game. First play 5 yards, 6 yards, so then it's a 3 yard, then it's a 4 yard. So you're looking at nickel and dime. So they had 11 plays, 12 yards total. That's defense. Wait a minute, let me see.
The play calling was so bad, that's made the defense look good.
Yeah, passing complete. So, I mean, here, Eagles 7 plays, 82 yards, but you lost it on a fumble.
Yeah.
So, you had execution there. So it was just, you know what? You didn't capitalize. You drove 82 yards and then lose it on a fumble. So, it's also play execution. So,
yes.
So, I mean, again, for me, that's what I do. I look at all that to really tell me how the game went. I don't have to always see the game per se.
Right.
Unless it's a dynamic play or whatever, I can go into the play-by-play and I can see what's going on, for the most part. Then if I want to go watch the film, now as a coach, that's where stats come into play for me that helps me along, as opposed to analytics, which says, oh, in this situation, you need to do this and you need to. No. My eyes tell
Like
me.
when you're looking at that though, and you hear you're going for 4th and 6, Coach. How the hell you do that? Why would you do that? You didn't need to do it, but you went for it and you didn't get it.
Exactly.
So that is not on the players. Well, it's on the players because they didn't
Execution.
get the job done. But it's more on the play calling for going for it on 4th and 6.
Well, again, it depends. It depends on what's happening, and because again, you could have had penalties that push you back, and then you got up to a 4th and 6. And you guys are doing well, and you just didn't execute on that one play. If you were moving well, and it's just one play that, you know what, if you get it, you were doing well along the way, then you keep going, and you can tell when you're dominating. So, you know,
but we weren't dominating, and nobody was dominating in that game. You know what I mean? It was just a struggle. I blame it on the offensive coordinators, though, on both sides. On Green Bay, too. It ain't like I'm just picking on my goddamn offensive coordinator that he's ass. These are freaking goddamn guys that want to play freaking Madden football and say, I can do it. I can do it. Just, I learned on the fly.
Yeah, see, that's that. My brother kind of said the same thing you said, too.
Huh?
My brother kind of said the same thing. He's like, the play calling wasn't the greatest for the Eagles. He did say
it
that.
Wasn't. It was really bad.
Oh, okay. And coming up this week, you guys play tomorrow night, and you're hosting the Lions. So, what's your thought? Here we go too. Points per game, Lions are second. You guys are 12th in points per game, yards per game. They're 6th. You're 23rd. Time of possession, they're 5th. You're 19th. Total defensive sacks, they're 3rd at 40th. You're at 24th. Wait a minute. You've only had 19 sacks this year?
Yeah. Yeah, Coach.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
You've only had 5.
I'm surprised we got that many. I thought it was lower.
Wow. See, this is where stats come into play, and it helps me a lot better.
See, so, I thought. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought if you would have said how many sacks do you think the Eagles had, I would have told you around 15 to 13. Wow. 15 on the high. That's me. That's just me watching the games, though.
Wow, Golf is at 74 completion, 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 2,235 yards. Hurts is 70% completion rate, 16 touchdowns, 1 interception though. So he's good. Yeah. He's around in almost the same as Golf there, 1860 in touchdowns. But this is surprising for me. Gibbs is at 693 on 128 attempts, 8 touchdowns, while Barkley is at 579 on 149 attempts, 4 touchdowns. He's averaging about 4 yards a carry, while he's at about 5, almost 5.5.
Yeah, but wow. See, this is the problem, Coach. Like Saquon Barkley, they're not using him right.
Oh, I've been saying that, yeah.
Now, Saquon Barkley, what do you need to run? He needs to run to the right side or the left side, not up the middle. They got him running up the middle for some odd reason. And he's better if you get him on the outs. And you know this. So that's the issues I have.
And here's your entry. Everybody was a full participation, it looks like. This week at practice, I'm saying. It doesn't show anybody out as of yet. I know they have the full out. So last year, the last matchup in the regular season, the Eagles won 38-35 in 2022. So, I mean, what's your confidence level in this game right now? You coming away with a win?
I think the Eagles will win because of they went in the locker room and the players talked because of the AJ Brown situation, and I think they're going to be on attack and they're going to had ball out against Detroit. So that's my opinion, but
you think it's going to be a close game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think it's going to be like a touchdown, maybe 10 points, but at the end, you know what I mean? Like a field goal that puts it over.
Are you streaming the game tomorrow night?
Yes, me and Mitch.
Okay. Now you mentioned something which I wanted to. I'm going to get into the Giants in a little bit. So, but I'm glad he brought it up. There's an article about AJ Brown having a conversation with the ownership. All with his frustration over his role. My question is it something serious or much to do about nothing?
It's nothing to do about nothing. The problem is everybody's crying about AJ Brown. Lane Johnson, coach, the right tackle, said the same exact thing. But you don't hear nothing. It's because the wide receiver and the news wants to sit there and act like, it's something that it's not. AJ Brown's telling you the play call is ferocious. It's bad. You're not running the ball right. There's no plays. AJ Brown in the Giants game, the Green Bay game, only got 2 times he got it thrown to him. How do you only throw it to AJ Brown twice in a whole game? Who does that? And this is not on Jalen Hurts. This is on the offensive coordinator. But here you go. You got Lane Johnson saying the same thing. You don't hear a peep. You got Saquon Barkley saying the same thing. You don't hear a peep. You got Devontae Smith saying the same thing. Nothing. Because it's AJ Brown, the storyline is he's a crybaby. But the whole offense is saying it. Lane Johnson goes, how come we're not running it to my side on the right side and let him come around me? He could be gone. My lot is like, how come Saquon Barkley ain't running to my freaking left? I can get him to go around me. I'll make the blocks. Why is he going up the middle? And this is why they had a talk this week in the locker room of all the players and the coaches. Because the play calling is so bad. Even the offensive line is telling you it. The only problem is there's AJ Brown. What about the offensive? Oh, we don't know nothing about that. We didn't hear it. And then you can go get the clips of, Lane Johnson saying it. Malata saying it. You know what I mean? Freaking everybody's saying it. You get AJ Brown the ball, the offense opens up. But no, you don't get that around here. It's just they're against AJ Brown for some odd reason. It's like the T.O. thing. You know what I mean?
That's what I already said.
You know what I mean? It's like the T.O. thing. But you can't get rid of AJ Brown because you're not going to take a $50 million cap hit.
Remember, there was a point in time that, I'm sorry, you got when Jalen Hurts was first there, you guys wanted to get rid of him until you got AJ Brown, and he changed your whole offense.
Yes, but they changed the whole offense.
So that shows how of a key factor he is to your success. So
right,
and I'll be honest, as a DC, if I'm seeing you're really not going to him that much, it helps me out. It really does. Because I'm like, okay, what do they do? How do they use him right now? So if you're saying your new coordinator is not using his pieces right, that's what I would want to see.
So,
that's
Coach,
really,
if you're coach, you're an offense coordinator, you figured it out. If you could sit there and only know that AJ Brown's going to get ran to twice, right? He's only get the ball twice. They're really not going to throw him the ball. You don't have to double him. Now you're going to double Devontae Smith.
I'm going to take my chances.
And you're going to take your chances. And you know they're not running the ball right. How does friggin' Saquon Barkley run? He runs on the outs the best. He don't run up the middle. You know what I mean? You're playing. You're helping out the
opposition. Yes, you are. I totally agree with you. So Mike Green says Mailata should keep his mouth shut. He's been awful all year. Okay. That's the first. I'll say as a Giants fan, give me Mailata then if you don't want him.
Yeah.
Give him to me. So,
no thanks, Coach.
so
I'll take Mailata, all right?
So, one last thing we'll talk about the Eagles before we move on to my Giants. There was something that I saw that I wanted to talk about, and it was called, it's about the community support by the Eagles, and it was part of the Ramp It Up program. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to show you the article that I was reading, and I saw this on your website, the Eagles website, so that's where I'm getting it from, and it's called Restoring Independence. They participate in a ramp building for a veteran, and this includes players as well as cheerleaders from the Eagles. And Operation Ramp It Up came together with the Eagles to build a wheelchair ramp for John Ivers, a Vietnam veteran who is currently in a rehabilitation facility after suffering a spinal injury. And why it touched me, for those of you who don't know, I'm dealing with spinal issues. I've been in a rehabilitation facility, lived there for some time, use a wheelchair at times to get around. So I understand what this man is going through. So, and your long snapper, Cal Adames, he was with the Bengals and he worked with Operation Ramp It Up there, and he brought it to the Eagles, and your organization said, let's go, let's help this guy build a ramp at his home so this way he could have a sense of independence, because we take it for granted, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes some of the simplest things, you know. And living in the rehab, I've seen people laying in the bed who can't even feed themselves. They can't even clean themselves after defecating on themselves. And you take for granted some of those things, getting up in and out of bed. Most of you can get up out of bed in a couple seconds. What, 2 seconds? Where there's those that sometimes it takes hours. It takes long minutes or hours to get up out of the bed. So this touched my heart, and it's something that I really felt good about. And I said, this isn't about the football. You know, it's not about the Philadelphia Eagles. It's about community outreach, you know. So, but Halftime, what's your thoughts on this story and how it represents the Philadelphia Eagles and their fan base?
I think it's cool. I think they should support it and, you know, help them people out. They just, be honest with you, like everybody struggles and needs some kind of support. And maybe they don't have the money to build, you know, to get themselves to move in like a ramp or, you know. But then again, I think all like medical should be, I think the United States should do something like have all the medical like free and shit like that, you know, because, and if somebody that's handicapped and they need the wheelchair or something and they need all this, I think they should get it. But, you know, and I think it's awesome that there's actually people out there that actually are doing it. You know, I like it. I love it.
Exactly. And here's the other thing. This is stories that we really should be talking about across all sports. When organization, because it's not just the Eagles that do this. I mean, every team does. But we always hear about
Phillies do it. People in teams in New York do it. Yeah.
But all we ever hear about is a lot of the negativity. And don't get me wrong. Some stories need to be broadcast and talked about because they could be learning lessons. But why are we not talking about more stuff like this? I mean,
Why are
I
we
go to
talking
your
more about
website.
love instead of hate?
Yes, I'm going to your website where, personally speaking, y'all should be, yo, this is what the Eagles are about. Look at this. Look at this. And this should be on the internet. And this is something that we should be talking about. Because you know what? As a fan, it would make me feel good if, I saw stories like this about my team, and yeah, you know what? We're losing. We're down. But I could at least say, you know what? Through everything, we still have a sense of humanity, because a lot of times you hear all the negativity and the hate, and even in fan bases, they're fighting each other, and I mean, literally, not just in words, but want to physically fight each other. But stories like this gives me a renewed sense of hope and humanity, because as a grandfather, I have to be honest, I worry about my granddaughter's future. Where's she headed? You know,
Right.
and I know you have time. You worry about your kids'
I
future.
worry about my kids, and I got my kids are young, and what's going to
Mm-hmm.
happen with them, and are they going to
Mm-hmm.
get the medical assistance they need?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's rough. I mean,
And
I
then,
worry about Mrs. Hampton. She needs
mm-hmm.
medical assistance.
Mm-hmm. But
I
see, my
mean,
point is, when you see stories like this, like I said, it just says, all right, at least there's hope. There's a chance. I mean,
there's somebody out there has a heart.
yes, exactly. And, again, kudos to the Eagles for this. And, I look forward to seeing more stories like this. So,
I hope they got more stories like this than all the negativity shit.
exactly. Exactly, bro. That's where I'm with. I'm with you on that one. So, all right, I gotta do it. I have to do it. I don't want to, but I have to. Oh my gosh. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is dealing with my New York Football Giants. It's been all over the news. So Brian Dable got fired. First of all, for the Giants, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now look, I got chewed out by my family, some of my family early in the week, because I was literally celebrating, and as it was said to me, how you going to celebrate another man losing his job? And you know what? They were right. They were right. Now, if I don't like him as a coach, I should say, you know what? Wish him the best of luck in the future, and that's right. Whatever, because he does have a family to feed. I don't care how much money he has. We can't spend the money in his pocket. We don't know his bills. So and I wish him the best. But you know what? He just did not fit the New York Football Giants. And then Mike Kafka, the offense coordinator, has been named the interim head coach. Kafka has been on quite a few interviews in the past, and he was close to getting that Chicago Bears job.
Yeah, he was supposed to get that. He was supposed to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. So, this is his time to step up and to show the ownership, because that's what many people also don't know. Like, because I've had, some fans outside the Giants to say, oh, so Joe Shane really fired his boy? Oh no. Joe Shane wasn't involved in this. Ownership did this.
The
So
ownership did it.
yeah, so
Ownership told him, "Yo, you're letting him go, or
no,
you're going too." He's like,
no,
"Bye."
no, they did not involve him in the discussion. They
They
called Dable and told him he was fired, and then told Joe Shane.
Oh,
So he wasn't involved in anything. So in a sense, they took him off the hook, if you want to say that. But as several Giants fan, well, Joe Shane, you are now next on the spotlight, because many of us have said they both came in together. They both should go. But
yes.
there have been
I'm with you on
arguments.
that. I'm with you on that, and I said they should have been fired
Mm-hmm.
when they let Saquon Barkley walk.
Yes,
I
yes.
said, "You're a bunch of stupids, idiots,
Yes.
and you should
You got
both been
nothing for
fired."
him. You should have traded him. Yes, I get it. You can go back to the Daniel Jones. He should have gave Barkley the money and franchised Daniel Jones. Whatever. The bottom line is Joe Shane has made he's made some nice draft picks as of late, because that
Right.
has been the argument. Even look, getting Brian Burns, you have to respect that. You really do. there are some free agents that he has, but like with the kicker debacle, some of the back end players you question, I mean, you just little Jordan Humphreys, he was on the practice squad. Everyone has been saying, why are we not bringing him up? And Denver comes in and takes him from the practice squad. Now we got to go out and get Isaiah Hodgins, bring him back. When it's like he's reactive as opposed to being proactive. So my point being is, now ownership did say he's going to be helping or he's going to be leading the search. Doesn't mean he's going to make the hire. But you know what? That's something that they could say for now until after the season, because I'm going to be honest. If they don't win another game, and I have seen some people have said it, you're looking at their schedule, it's a possibility they may not win another game. And if that's the case, he's gone to me. He's going after the season. Kafka will probably be gone. The whole coaching staff will be gone. But, we'll be looking for not only a new head coach, but a general manager. We're going to see. But now there's been different speculation on different coaches. My personal, if it happened, I would be happy. Do I think it's going to happen? No. The coach I want first and foremost, because he is a true CEO. When I think of a head coach, he has to be a CEO. I get play calling and all that other stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a guy can't have play calling, but he needs to be able to delegate and manage the whole football operations.
I do have one, but I want to see yours first. I have one for the Giants. I don't know, me and you are on the same page, but I have one too.
My dream one is Mike Tomlin, if I could get Mike Tomlin. Now, Blaze, no, I'm not making no daggone trade, giving up 3 first-round draft picks and neighbors for Mike Tomlin. Heck no. That's not what I'm saying. If Pittsburgh were to let him go, then bring him in. Now, there's a whole list of, you talked about Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss. They talked about Kingsbury, even John Gruden, Bill Belichick.
That's the one I would be scared of. If the Giants got John Gruden with your new Mike Ostott, a running back. What's that young kid's name that just got hurt?
Cam Scatterable.
Yeah, he's like Mike Ostott, dude. That dude he's impressive.
Yeah. He's a tough runner. Yes, he is, definitely. So,
and if John Gruden gets a hold of that kid, and he's the coach, oh my God.
Well, John Gruden also loves Jackson Dart. He loves Jackson Dart. So I get it. I understand. I will be honest. I have my reservations. Some of it deals with the racist comments that came out.
Right.
I can't lie to you. So
I get it. Yes,
so
I get it.
It's kind of it's a catch-22. So
right. I get it.
But but the others are Clint Kubiak, of course Kafka, Steve Spagnuolo, Lou Amorello, Antonio Pierce, Mike McCarthy is another one. Now that's another one who it has grown on me because at first I was like, Mike McCarthy, are you crazy? But you know what? Think about this. When he got to the Dallas Cowboys, before that, where were they at? 8-8 all the time, right?
Yeah.
And then they go up to 12-4, and then they have a losing season, and they fire him.
He got into the playoffs. He just couldn't go farther.
Yeah, and I get that. So that can be the argument against. But as a Giants fan base, we have been a crack hole. No, excuse me. We have been a shithole for over a decade. So it gets to a point where you're like, okay, do you want to get back to respectability and see where it can go? Or are you worrying about, this guy hasn't gotten far in the playoffs? Because right now the Giants haven't even sniffed the playoffs since 2022 when Brian Daboll's first year. And, the argument is he lucked up there, whatever the case may be. The point I'm making is Mike McCarthy takes you to a level of credibility and respectability across the league. So that's why it's like McCarthy, then it goes to him. I get you with Gruden. I can respect it as a veteran coach because I am of that mindset. I'm kind of to the point. I don't want these hotshot recruit coordinators right now. I really don't. I'm more of I need a CEO, someone who knows.
Wasn't John Gruden a coach when Mike Allstott was with Tampa Bay?
I'd have to research that.
And he won
I'll
a
double
Super
check
Bowl with
that.
him.
No, also I don't think he won a Super Bowl. Was Gruden head coach?
Or was it after Gruden left?
With Tampa Bay. I think it was after because I think John Gruden was there. Is Gruden's offense defined? Also, John Gruden. He was there. It looks like. So yeah, he was there. Okay, good call.
And they won a Super Bowl with him.
I don't think he. I didn't look at that. I have to look at the time frame. But
I think he won a Super. I think it is. He won a Super Bowl with him if I can remember right.
Let me.
I remember shit, but I remember shit.
Let me get caught up with the chat too. What's up, Bruce?
Bruce is in the building.
Hello. He's saying hello to us. Coach Edd, did you see Steph tied MJ yesterday? No. But we'll get into basketball. And I feel the Giants should have got Vrabel, but they let him. Well, Vrabel. If the Giants had fired Dable last year, yes, but Dable was here this year, so they couldn't get him. So it is what it is. Again, I said it earlier. I have my reservations about Gruden. A lot of it deals with the racist comments that was found in his email. I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally I would coach with anyone, but if they called me right now and said we'll pay you $10 million to come coach with John Gruden, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I'm not. It's not worth it for me. It's just not. It's not worth it for me. That's me. I mean, now it could be that he didn't say that or whatever the case may be. I find it hard to believe, but that's me. So but again, if the Giants get Tomlin, that would be good for them. But I feel Pittsburgh will never let Tomlin go. So, look, I agree with you. My dad, who's a Steelers fan, doesn't like Tomlin. He wants him to go. But hey, I'm like this. Tomlin, he's a CEO. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't think most fans understand. They think head coach and play. No, a CEO delegates and let your people do their job.
The GM, he does everything. He does the shopping, the cooking. He does it all.
Yes. He goes into the game plan, looks over the game plan. No, I like this. No, I don't like this. This is what we need to do. This is what they do in this. He breaks down the film. He tells the coordinators what he's looking for the most part. So this way that the guys can develop the game plan so he can review it. He talks about the personnel. You're not distracted. You handle what's going on. And the level of respect that he will get throughout the Giants will get throughout the league. So that's me. Mike McCarthy, same thing. Now Mike McCarthy is free. He's a free agent. So,
McCarthy might be good for the Giants.
No, exactly. He's probably going to be good. He would probably be a good look. He's been in the division, so he's familiar with the division, so he knows the teams in the division. So that's why I'm just like, okay, I could see Mike McCarthy. And he did interview for the job, or he was up for the job the last time when Dable was hired. So or thought of. Let me just say that he was thought of. So
remember when the Eagles fans wanted Dable as their head coach? Thank you, Dable, for not coming here. Thank you, Zane. the Eagles weren't good enough. Thank you
Mm.
so much. Now you ask
You
what's a
know
good
what?
job.
Y'all probably wouldn't be with the team you are right now. No, I'm
Probably
gonna be
not.
honest with you.
Probably
So
not.
I mean, look, there's things that's coming out about him, how he's yelling at coaches in meetings and the way he's treating them. The lack of control. I mean, they just even said they even asked one of the players, what's the difference? They were like, first of all, they moved special teams earlier, so now we get more time in detail for offense and defense, during practice. We're not scrambling and rushing, going from offense to special teams to defense, and which it's important. It's extremely important, when you're running your team. So, in the,
But coach,
tomorrow,
I get Dable's point now. Back in the day, they were taught how to do it a certain way.
yes, of course.
This new day and age, I call people soft.
Well,
But
yes. Go ahead.
the players are soft. And Dable, he was taught when he was with Green Bay. I believe it was Green Bay, right? With Brett Favre
Mm-hmm.
as the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was with him and Andy Reid and all them, I think it was Andy
Mm-hmm.
Reid. He was
Mm-hmm.
with Andy Reid, right? In Green Bay.
Yeah, I think Andy Reid was there during that time frame. Yes.
During that time frame. Anyway, they were more,
In your face type of coaching. I get what you're saying.
they more grab you by your mask and
Mm-hmm.
get physical and
And
what would
now
they do?
you
What
can't.
would people do right now if Buddy Ryan was a fucking coach?
And you're right. It is a different mindset nowadays. You can't do that. Like you said, they're soft. You want to say they're soft. It's also too that um they're a lot more sensitive, and they feel like they feel like they have more of an impact to the game than the coaches. Okay,
Right.
yeah, you're going out on the field, but you still need the coaches to develop the game plan. Who's going to develop your game plan if you had no coaches? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I was with a semi-pro team, and the players were like, "Oh, we don't need you. You're just the coach." I'm just the coach. What do you mean by that? Look, who's going to get you your game plan? Who's going to develop? Who's going to scout? Who's going to break it down? Who's going to give you their tendencies? And you know what I did one week? I told my whole coaching staff, okay, let them do everything. We're just not going to do anything. And we came to practice and we said, guys, it's on you. You said you don't need coaches. You go ahead, you handle everything. We are not even going to come to the game. It's going to be on all of y'all, because we also had to pay. We paid the officials ahead of
Oh
time.
my
We told them
God,
what's
that must
going
have been
on.
an ass whooping.
Even though it's technically on my record, it's one of the worst losses that I've ever had on my record. We lost 50-15.
Jesus. That's why you need coaching. That's why I bitch about my offensive coordinator, my defense
Mm-hmm.
coordinator, and my special. Listen, I argue about my goddamn special team coach because I can see
Exactly.
something, and if I can see it, somebody that's coaching me like, yo, we're gonna pick these boys apart. This is just
And,
freaking.
and that's the whole thing. And the funny thing is, the whole league knew it, and all the coaches were like, thank you, thank you. And everyone said the same thing throughout the league. Y'all players are stupid. Y'all have a great coach. And the next week, they came to practice. They shut their mouths. We came out the following week, and we were playing the number one team, and we blew them out 48-0. So
Yeah.
it goes to show, it's like, look, coaches are important to the game. Just
Yeah.
like players, you go out there and you play. I give it to the players. They put their bodies on the line. They are important, but you need coaches too. Because without your
It's a
coaches,
chess game. It's a chess
exactly.
game, everybody. In any sport, is a chess game. That coach comes up with a play. If you're
Mm-hmm.
playing chess, you're coming up with moves, and you got to figure out a move that's going to beat that guy's move.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chess game, and you
Exactly.
need the right coaches, and maybe this one player does not like this coach, will go totally wrong in a matter of friggin' weeks, because that one guy will get into somebody else's ear and get somebody else in here because all he's doing is whining.
Exactly. So that's why, to me, it's a total team effort, and that's why you need a head coach who's a CEO who can get everyone and allow everyone to do their job. So again, I just went over the list.
I do think you're going to be going for a new GM. So
I hope so.
I think he's going to be going, and I think he knows it because they got rid of Dable. He's like, I'm gone. There's no way around it. And it's all because of Saquon Barkley.
No, it's not just that. It's the win record, bro. I'm going to be honest with you.
It's the win record too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if you don't think that's one goddamn point that they did,
oh no, it is. It definitely is
a factor in why people they're losing their job.
Look, I mean, the owner said it.
Even the owner said, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna have heart palpitations if we get rid of him, and you don't get nothing for him."
Exactly. So, now let's take a look at their most recent game. And Nick, we didn't talk about the NBA, we're getting to it. So we're just gonna wrap up the Giants talk and get on to moving on with the show. Last week against the Bears, lost 24-20. Another reason why Dable lost. Remember, 4 games where they've been up double digits and they've lost those games. Especially that Denver, when you were up 19-0, you turn around and lose like the way you did. I mean, the kicker situation, using the kickers. So, but again, and then I think Jackson Dart getting hurt and having a lot of quarterback runs also played a factor. So in this game, Dart was 19-29, 242, 65%, and 91 rating. So no touchdowns, interceptions. You also had Russell Wilson come in. He was 3 of 7, 45 yards. So the offense totally changed. Tracy, 71 yards rushing. Darius Slayton, good game. 4 targets, 4 receptions, 89 yards. So, it just, and then defensively, Newbin led with 7 interceptions. Did we get any sacks? No sacks. That's another thing, with the defense. The defense is not producing, especially, in the closing moments. You're losing, in a sense, you're losing the game. Some of that I do attribute to offense. Everybody blames the defense, but, when you're up, the offense should be running a lot more, especially with 5 minutes left in the game and you're up 14 points. You should be eating up clock. Yeah. So, so that led into their loss, and, that's a big factor to, the Giants' loss last week. I mean, heck, first series, 10 plays, 42 yards. You go up 7-0. Come on, man. Come on. I'm sorry, not 7 plays, 80 yards, and tie the game 7-7. You're showing how productive. Even the second series, you go down and get a field goal, and then your third drive, a third scoring drive, 8 plays, 56 yards, 17-7. So, it's like it's talent here, even without your key weapons, with like Malik Neighbors. There's talent here. It's just you need the coach to really get the talent out of this team to have them produce. So, but what was your thoughts on the Giants game against the Bears?
Like, you knew they were going to lose to the Bears, but it's like, how is it you get so close, but you can't keep the lead? You're always you're always losing the lead. And I'm always like, is it the defensive coordinator? Like, is he the issue? What's the issue? I know Dable's an issue, but is it, the defense is giving up a lot of freaking points.
That also can be about the head coach, because the head coach.
Then again, if you're not gonna run the ball and try to kill the clock, and you're trying to put points on the board and you're throwing it, And why would you put your quarterback at risk? I do not know. As
Mm-hmm.
much as he puts his quarterback at risk, that young dude has an arm. Let him use it.
Look, halftime, I'm not saying he's not tough, and there aren't times where you do run quarterback powers, especially that first touchdown. He was untouched. Good call. But the number of times you run him, and then look at what happened there, because they were running power to the left. Illuminor was pulling around, and he was waiting for him. If you go back and look, he's slowing down, waiting for Illuminor to get there. He's trying to push him, and then he gets hit from his left side, which caused the fumble, and then he goes down. Somebody falls on top of his head, which led to the
Now he has a
concussion.
concussion. So why do you put your quarterback
Why
at
do
risk?
you put exactly where you want to do power? You can do power with your running back sometimes.
Listen, I got Jalen Hurts as my quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Every time the dude runs, I'm worried about him getting hurt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, they listen. One of the Eagles' greatest, Randall Cunningham.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We had a team. We were going to the Super Bowl, and he blew his leg out.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? You know what happened? That coach got a lot of shit because Randall Cunningham ran too much. Don't run him too much. I mean, I get it. You're going to run, but don't run him too much.
No, and that's the point. And, I get having a mobile quarterback, an elusive quarterback. He's good at avoiding the pressure in the pocket at times and getting outside.
Let him scramble back there.
Yes, there are those moments. But, I'm with you. Look, I don't coach scared. I don't believe in that. I get it. But in the same token, you got to be smart. The quarterback in this day and age is the most important position. Everyone keeps stressing it. So unless you got an elite backup behind him, and we got Russell Wilson, woohoo! So there you have it.
I put that on Dable too about Russell Wilson. I think that's why Russell Wilson.
I think
they didn't use him. I don't think Dable just don't use his offense right.
I think Dable destroyed his confidence.
Even Dable when he was with Green Bay, Brett Favre normally said, "Fuck you" to him. I'm going to be me.
It's. I think he just really shot his quarterback. Took away his confidence. So, but hey, there you have it. So let's take a look at a glance. The Giants are hosting the Packers tomorrow. The Packers are coming in, off of the loss to you guys, and offensively they're 23-7, 15th of the game. The Giants are 24th. They've had some points production. So yards per game 349 for 12 for the Packers. The Giants are 14, 332. So you can move the ball. Time of possession, the Packers are 13th at 30.5, while the Giants are 17th at 30.5, too, a little bit under. Total sacks, the Packers have 22. They're 14th. The Giants are at 21, which is 18th. Should be more with the line that you have. Turnovers, interceptions. Green Bay has only 3. They're 28. The Giants have 4 at 26. So, point differential is not that well. If you look at the breakdown, Love is 2,247 yards on 69% completion, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Dart, 1,417 yards on 63% completion, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jacobs, 608 yards on 162 attempts, 11 touchdowns, 3.8 average. Scabble, who's now out, 410 yards on 101 attempts, 5 touchdowns, 4.1 yard average. Receiving, Kraft for Green Bay, their tight end, 489 on 32 receptions, 6 touchdowns. And then Waddell Robinson, 602 on 53 receptions, 2 touchdowns. So there you have it. In injury report. Green Bay looks like Golden he slightly participated while Hobbs did not participate. I think McManus, I think he's downgraded to he's out. And then the Giants, the mass unit. Adubo did not participate. Jackson Dart, he's out with a concussion. So, and then everyone else seems to be coming back a little bit more. So it's going to be interesting. My take is, can the Giants get after Jordan Love and get pressure on him and see him continue to play that he's been playing? I mean, a lot of this is going to be on the coaching. We're going to be paying attention to that. What is this coaching staff now that Dable is gone? Is it going to be different? How do the players play? How do the coaches coach? The team shows that they can get out early. It's just the fourth quarter. Can they close? And I think that's really where it comes down to, with the Giants. And then on the flip side, can you control Green Bay's defense? Because they do have a good defense, and can you not let go all over the place? Rashawn Gary and they just brought over from Dallas. Damn, why am I forgetting his name? What's his name? The linebacker they just brought over from Dallas. Parsons. Sorry about that.
Oh, Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
I even forgot about him. He's been not even he hasn't been even really that good with the Giants. I mean, Green Bay.
Now, after the first game, is just that, I expected that because, look, he's going to a new team. Usually the first game, you probably can get something because it's new. But then after that, what does it do after that? So, now I had said something earlier too. Let me see. Let me pull up the team. Giants. And I had talked to you about their schedule. Where's this? All right, I'm gonna go here. So I want you. Before I do that, what's your thoughts on the Packers Giants game tomorrow? What do you think it will happen in the game tomorrow?
Well, for my fantasy football, I need Jordan Love to light it the freak up again.
Hey, okay.
So I need Jordan Love to get like 10 touchdowns.
Oh, come on, 10 touchdowns?
No, I'll be honest with you. I need him to do good, but I mean, I think once you get rid of a head coach or you get rid of a coach, the team plays different. And they play, hey, we got a chip on our shoulder because you fired somebody. So we're going to start winning games. So the way Green Bay's been calling plays, Giants might pull one out and be like a shock to everybody. But I got Green Bay winning. I just think Green Bay is just going to start picking on the Giants, saying, look, see how good we are. We might have a bad game against the Eagles, but, we're back. So you got, I mean, there's a catch-22. I hope Jordan Love does good just with my fantasy football. That's all.
This could be a get-right game for Green Bay. I got you. I mean, yeah, I got you. I know exactly what you mean. So, but I wanted you to
don't just throw the Giants away.
No, that I'm not doing.
Is you get rid of somebody or get rid of a coach, they'll play with a chip on their shoulder. Every team does this. And you're like, oh, my God, they won a game. And, oh, my God, this is the new offensive coordinator, and he's going to be the coach. Because they won this game against Green Bay.
Exactly.
Some hype if they win.
Now, let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the Giants. Remember I had said, there were reports that some people say the Giants will not win another game this year?
Oh, they'll win one.
Let's see. After Green Bay, they go to Detroit.
Okay.
Then they go to New England.
Okay.
Then it's a bye.
Okay.
Then they host the Commanders.
Right there, they're going to win.
They host Minnesota.
Right there, they're going to win.
They go to Vegas.
Wait, you know what? They'll definitely win Vegas, and maybe they'll lose against the Vikings, but they're still going to win too.
Okay, and then the last one is hosting Dallas. So that's their remaining schedule, and that's why it's like it's a catch-22.
If they beat Dallas at the end.
But here's the thing too. Last thing I want to get at before I get out of this one. Do they have it? Let's see. The Giant here. I'm gonna go in this one.
How many you got, Coach? You got any wins with the Giants?
I got possibly one, maybe two.
Okay.
Look at where the Giants are in terms of the grand spectrum. They're right now the number 3's team in terms of draft positioning.
Oh, so this is what's going to happen then. All right. New prediction. Guys are going to fuck this up, y'all. They got 3. They're going to go back to 6. They're going to win games, and you're all going to be like, why the hell are you winning games?
Here's the thing. There are several Giants fans that are on Twitter that are, oh, we can't win. We got to stay there. We hopefully we can get the number 1 position, because if we get the number 1 position, which I understand the logic. Let me say this, because I'm not a tanker. I'm just not. I'm a competitor. I don't believe in tanking, but I understand the logic. Where if you get the number 1 position, you already have your quarterback. So what you want to do then is sell out and get future picks as well as other picks later in this year.
You can trade that pick, get more picks.
And I get it. So, and if you look at who are the quarterback needy teams, the Jets, the Saints, the Raiders, the Browns, the Dolphins. Some even argue Arizona. So it's like, okay, there are some teams that, you know what, if you're in the 3rd spot, you still have a chance to Tennessee. I don't think on Tennessee, I can't see trading out. And it's not for a quarterback. Depending on who's rated number 1, if it's like an edge or a tackle, I could see them taking that, unless they're moving down to say like 4, then I could see them trade out. The Jets, I think, are going to take a quarterback. If they stay at number 2.
Oh, they got to pick a quarterback. I told everybody about that damn quarterback. Told he was ass.
Exactly. Thanks, Nick. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Much respect. So, but that's going to be it. Oh, next thing I just want to touch on, Jameis Winston makes his first start as a Giant. Russell is the backup. The question I have is Russell Wilson done in the NFL? Because he's not going to come back to the Giants. So is someone else going to pick him up, or is he completely done?
Yeah, because if friggin' Carson Wentz has a job, then he'll have a job. He might be a backup. He might be a backup for Kansas City. He might be a backup for a team that doesn't really need a quarterback. But if they get into the playoffs and something happens, the Vikings might go for him. He's not going to lose. He'll always have a backup position. Maybe he'll go to the Rams.
Well, I will say
as a backup.
No, I get you.
Not a starter.
Well, I will say this. All right. And depending on his wife, to be brutally honest, I could see him with the Jets.
The Jets?
Yeah. Number 1, because here's the joke that I've been saying. His wife loves it in New York because she gets to go into New York City. She gets to deal with her fashion, music. And if you're in the Jets, they're still right across the river. So it's not like it's a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's not that long of a drive. You're only 45 minutes away.
So I can see her saying, well, if the Giants don't bring you back on the cheap, you better go over to the Jets and get over there somewhere so I don't have to leave New York. Right. So now that's a joke. I'm joking.
Or she'll be like, well, I'm not leaving New York. Your ass got to go wherever you got to go.
Yeah, exactly. So,
see you in the week. See you when the season's over.
Realistically, no. But I mean, I'm with you though. I'm with you. He's going to be he's going to be a backup from here on out, unless he says no, I'm done, and I'm just going to go on with my life, and whatever happens with the Hall of Fame happens with the Hall of Fame. So, but that's going to be it. In terms of the NFL, I'm not going to do it. I was going to do it. No. But now we're going to move on to the question of the day. All right. So everyone think about it. It's a technological type of a question. So that's a little tease. So question of the day is, what would you do with your time if you didn't have your phone for a weekend? And I'm talking about from Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. You had no cell phone, not a regular house phone or corded phone that you need to call for. But I'm talking about where you
So
can
you mean
Google,
no internet? You
no
mean no
internet.
internet? Just take
No.
the iPads and take the computer
Yep,
away.
yep, all that stuff.
Oh God, I would love it.
What would you do though? What would you do for a weekend?
I'm an old guy. I'm fat. I'd sleep my ass off. I will hibernate. Damn it. I'm
You
like
sure?
a bear. I'm a grizzly
You
bear,
sure,
dude.
Mrs.
I just
You
go to
sure
sleep.
Mrs. Halftime is going to have you do your handiwork around the house? Go fix
Oh,
this.
she would put me to work in 5 minutes. Listen, Miss Halftime has a to-do list. I got a to-do list. I'm like, listen, I am not the kid. Make the kids do it. Nope, I got my chores I gotta do.
Yep,
Me,
exactly.
like, even like during like I get when I'm not working, I sleep
Okay.
my ass off.
Okay.
I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, do my things, and I'm going back to bed. I'd sleep though. You ain't got no internet. I'm fine with it.
Hey, everyone, put your what you would do in the chat, please, because I want to read some of your comments. So,
Like, if we lost the internet, I'd be fine. Yeah, I
that's
don't
the
need that
thing.
cell phone.
We know what we would do. I mean, realistically, probably do some shopping, little things like that.
Do
Heck,
shopping,
even if
you're gonna do the yard work. You're
here's
gonna stay busy. I mean, I do say sleep, but I
look,
can't
you'll take the
sleep.
kids to maybe to the amusement park, maybe even
You
to a
take the
movie.
kids to the ballpark. You take the kids to the movies.
Exactly.
You go out with the kids. You do something. You go out to dinner with the family.
Exactly. There's enough to do over the week because we used to get up, go play for all of Saturday. Heck, no, here it is. No, first you would start watching your cartoons. Maybe some kung fu flicks. Then you go outside and you play, and you be going all day as a kid. So
I got
there's
kicked
things.
out of my house. My parents like, get out. Just get out, never come back. Don't get back. Don't come back when the streetlights come on.
Mrs. Halftime says she would read. That's a good one.
Now, Miss Halftime loves to read.
Exactly.
She reads books and books and books. I'm like, dang, man.
Exactly.
But she does it. And she gets focused and she gets zoned in. She's zoned in her little book and don't bother me. I'll hit you with a frying pan and there you go.
See, now because I don't have any kids and I'm by myself, read. Look, one of the things right now because of my physical situation, I would do a little bit more exercising, go for walks. I mean, if I have no computer, none of that stuff, I mean, listen to music. I'm going to be honest. I'll put on some music and really get into some old school classics. Some real old school classics, man. I mean, just chill, I mean, but reading, different books, I mean, hey, even pick up doing some scriptures. I mean, things like that. I don't need the computer. And that's the thing where
I don't use, I'm only on the computer just to do this.
Okay.
I don't need the computer. I don't use I don't look up computer. I won't look up stats. I mean, back in the day before fantasy football, I used to use fantasy football without a computer. I can go back and do it the old school way.
Look, even using a computer today, I'm not I don't play games on the computer. I mean, do I social media? Yeah, I do. I admit I do. But I'm also seriously, I'm in here looking at football videos, man. I mean, I got a site for college football, NFL. You have the all 22s that you can go look at. I got stuff from my semi-pro days. I pull up, I just had one of my players hit me up on Thursday. He's like, Coach, do you have this game? So did my research, pulled it up. I said, this the game? I even told him, oh, you want me to break it down? You want me to do clips for you? He's like, no, I just want the whole thing. I'm like, cool. So, that's what I'll use the computer for a lot more of, outside of streaming. So, but I'm like you, I'm with you, doing research. I mean, I'm doing, trying to study a little bit more on AI, the tendencies and things to be better proficient at it. So I use it like it's a library,
Right.
because that's how.
I've been. That's another thing. Like if I had the internet, I'll search up stupid shit. Like 3-Eye Atlas and freaking UFOs. My wife look at me, my son look at me like, what's wrong with you?
Nick says he would go to Ponzio's with Mitch and Mrs. and Mitch in halftime. Hey, there you go.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong going out and getting some good food, hanging with some friends, going to the local pub and getting your fill on some good ale, some good ale, some good beer, whatever. Hang with, it that's the thing. Today's generation is so hooked on it, they don't understand that you could do so much more. Go ahead, sir. I started a garden. Exactly. See, there you go. Gardening.
By the way, I killed her garden.
You did? What did you do?
Didn't do shit.
How did you kill her garden? You
literally just use away. She was in the hospital for a week.
Okay.
I didn't take care of it. She's like, my tomatoes are dead, but this is dead. This is dead.
You didn't even at least water it and put the manure
on that.
That's where YouTube comes into play to help you. You could just, how do you work on a garden?
Listen, Coach, when I was a kid, my dad used to always make me go pick on a farm. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I said, yo, anything happens to that garden, I want to hear nothing about it. I ain't doing it. Listen, I picked on a farm. I ain't doing that shit no more.
Look, man, I wish I could have a garden because the amount of vegetables, you would be healthier, eating healthier. Shoot, and that would be, for me, to be honest with you, with my neuropathy, that would be therapy, man, because that would be physical activity and that would help with working and
help with your movement and your
exactly.
Your hands
so, see, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need your cell phones as much as you think.
You don't need your cell phone.
You don't. And
don't get me wrong. The cell phone's addicted.
Yes.
You can go to TikToks, YouTube. You can do all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, like the old people, they don't need it.
Nope.
You younger people will have a heart attack without your phone.
Here's the thing. Go to a library, an actual library.
Yeah, go to a library.
Pick up books. You can do it that way. Because everything you're doing, it's just, you know what? It's there instantaneously as opposed to going to a library. But if you did that, man, and it would be so adventurous. And sometimes the peace and quiet going into a library is so quiet and you don't get distracted, because we do get distracted. I admit it, man. Sometimes I got my computer on. I got 2 cell phones. So I got both up, pulling up stuff, and I got TV on because I'm looking at football games and all this and that, or if it's basketball games. And sometimes it's a distraction. So I get it.
I got my cell phone. I got my iPad. I got my computer. Yes, it's on 3-Eye Atlas. That's all I'm about.
Halftime's favorite book is Why the Hornets Are My Bitch by Kelly Oubre. Okay. I like that. We're going to get into the NBA coming up next.
I don't go and read books.
Yeah.
My favorite book to read though is what's that one? No, the one from by Stephen King. not it. The Shining. Is it The Shining? The Star one. Firestarter.
Okay.
By Stephen King.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and The Outsiders. If you go look at the book, read the book Outsiders, you went to the people that went to school in the older heads had to read the book The Outsiders. I like that book. Now, there's only two. There's not any. I don't read. I'm not going to sit there and read books all day long.
Yeah, no, see, I can. So as I tell people, like I'm not a visual learner. I'm a reader to learn.
Right.
So I have to read to process it in my brain. And then I can go to all the other types of learning, audio and visual and hands-on. He'd rather torch books.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see.
I will torch a book quick as shit.
But you don't realize what you're doing. What books do is they create imagination.
Don't mean shit.
No, what is SpongeBob say? Imagination.
Yeah, that's the magic. Reading Rainbow over here. I know.
Yeah. So there you go. So but yeah, there you go. That's the question of the day. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. So and again, realistically, all seriousness, we don't need the iPhones all the time. It's good. It's a good resource. Look, nowadays when we're driving, you can use it as a direction as opposed to the old school where we pick up a map and pull over to the side of the road. You gotta go
up a map and trying to figure out where the fuck you're at.
Yeah, exactly. But now, I get it with, the technology is there. It's good to have, your phone connects to your car and you can play your music and all that. That I'm not talking about, but, just sitting there scrolling all day long. I mean, we all do it. I admit it. I do it too. But you know what? To pick up a book sometimes, I don't need the whatchamacallit. And if I'm not going out sometimes, put on a good movie on TV and just sit back and veg and enjoy the movie. So
normally I'll fall asleep, but yeah.
Exactly.
It's really messed up when you get up so early in the morning. And you know what I mean? When you get up so early in the morning, like when I get up, I gotta get up. Because it hurts. It hurts to lie there. I gotta actually physically get up and run around for the pain to stop. So I'm like, that's why I'm up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And it can be on a weekend. I don't have to be at work. But I gotta be up because I gotta get my muscles moving, my bones. I mean, like they creak. Like my knees are popping like crazy because I've been sitting in this chair for so long.
Got you. I got you.
You know
bro.
what I mean?
I'm with you.
I'm getting, and I go like this: don't get old. Just don't get old. It hurts.
Yeah, just don't get old. Like that.
Just don't get old. I'll Mitch be like, yo, is it gonna rain tonight? No, it's gonna be cold. Like your bones can tell you if it's gonna be cold or it's gonna rain. What's gonna happen? How are your bones? I'm like, Mitch goes, I don't understand that. So I didn't understand it when I was a kid either, Mitch. And then now it hurts. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It really does hurt, and it's interesting.
It agonizes. Like you know when it's gonna rain because then you fucking feel it. It's good, like pain just won't go away for a minute.
Exactly. So I know that I go through that. So it's so wait a minute. What does Nick say? Halftime gloat, please. I've been waiting patiently. We're getting there right now. When you get muscles halftime, let me know. Okay, so that was actually we were actually moving on to the NBA. So here you go. We're going to talk about the current standings right now. I got that up in prime for everyone. So let's take a look here. and we're going to talk about yesterday's game. Right now, we're going to start with the Sixers. Took on Detroit, and I was looking, and I saw you guys are winning, and I was just like, okay, they got this, And then I really dived back into the Knicks, and next thing I know, I'm like, y'all lost. What the heck happened? So,
Oubre went out.
Yeah, no, you told me that. Yeah, so I didn't know that. So 114, 105. So this is the group standings, because this is all about the group play. So you guys are tied with the Nets at 0-2, and with the Celtics in between y'all, and then Detroit and Orlando tops in Group B. So talk about yesterday's game. And it says here, shorthanded Pistons win 9th straight game beating you guys. So, but talk about what happened. Let me see. Wait a minute. They were without Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris, Asur Thompson, Jalen Duran.
Yep.
And y'all still lost?
Yes. They had almost the whole team out. Listen, Coach, we would have won the game if it wasn't for Kelly Oubre in the fourth quarter. He was out with a hyperextended knee. And I know you can look at his stats, does not tell you Kelly Oubre did good at all. But Kelly Oubre's defense, his presence on the court matters, because soon as he was off the court, then Pistons said goodbye. And they took the lead and never looked back.
Wow.
A lot of people are not liking. Listen, the wins that the Sixers have, it's been because of Kelly Oubre, I believe. Kelly Oubre really had lit this thing up this year. His stats for this whole year has been awesome. And he got us a lot of wins that we shouldn't have had.
Okay. Embiid didn't play either. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at your points and your plus minus. Oubre is minus 14, minus 15. Drummond was plus 4. Tyrese Maxey, 31 points, but he was minus 10. Quentin Grimes, how's he performing for you guys right now since y'all signed him?
Who, Grimes?
Yeah.
Grimes off the bench has been awful good. I mean, he's giving you almost 20 points. He's giving us like almost 20 points.
Yeah, he got 9 yesterday, so okay.
Yeah, he's been like, he depends on like how we use him. Like, he sometimes don't get the minutes that he needs. So he gets about but he's been getting he does good. 15 to 20 in that area sometimes.
Wow.
Edgecombe lit it up last night.
He had 18 points, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it was 6 of 15 overall, 4 of 8 from 3. So, yeah. That was, man, let me see the couple of standings. BBC. The Knicks are 1-1 out west. Minnesota is 2-0. Okay. Clippers are 2-0. So some teams out west are really stepping up for group play. So.
Oh my God, my knee just popped again.
You all right, bro?
Yeah, my knee just popped.
Okay.
Oh man, you know how it is.
Let's look at the overall standings in the division. You guys, like I said, you're 1 game behind us, tied with Toronto at 7-5. So if you guys are not good, we're not good, because we're 8-4. Detroit 11-2, but the rest of the conference, I mean, 8-5, 8-5, 8-5. So, but again,
it's the Sixers now because Kelly Oubre is going to be out. I think
but for how long?
They're going to lose some games.
But what about Embiid? Is Embiid coming back?
He's coming back, but he plays a game.
I get it.
2 games. He plays a game. He'll sit 2 games.
What
but
about
Embiid
Paul
is not Embiid no more. He's only Embiid gets 20 points, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's only doing 20 minutes a game. He's only getting 20 points.
But that 20 points is still better than a lot of other guys in the league. So
Right,
I mean
but
that
Embiid was always getting 35 to 30.
I get it, but that's why you have Edgecombe and Maxey and the other guys now. So
Right.
Grimes, now when you get Paul George back too, that's going to help you.
Oh,
Now, I'm
yeah,
not saying he's going to be. See,
Paul
here's the
George
thing.
help.
I'm
Paul
not
George
saying
help.
they're
He's too worried about his
elite,
goddamn YouTube channel.
but here's the thing, though. When they're out there on the court, they help the other guys. That's what you need them for.
Right.
And they're a key piece that's going to help you be better. So, I think you guys are going to be much better than you're giving yourself credit for. They have to. I think right now you want to play to get them ready for the playoffs more than anything, not for the regular season.
I still don't think the Sixers are going to make it.
You don't think they're making the playoffs?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Me.
Bro, you're crazy.
I was crazy last year too, and we didn't make the playoffs.
Look at the East, though. Boston, you
do
don't
get
expect
it.
them.
I know Boston's hurt.
I mean, Chicago is slowing down after their start. Indiana, 1-11, out of the South. Other than maybe Orlando stepping up and maybe the Heat, depending. I don't trust Atlanta right now.
So if you look at the Sixers' next 5 games,
Mm-hmm.
you might get 2 wins.
Where's the next 5 games? So you host the Clippers, you host Toronto, you're at Milwaukee, host Miami, host Orlando. So you have 4 games at home.
Yeah, and you're going to win what?
I'll give you the Clippers. I think it depends. The Toronto, I think you can get them. Milwaukee's going to be tough. Miami, Orlando is also going to be tough.
Yeah.
So you can probably get 3 out of the 5, though. I'll give you 3 out of the 5.
3 out of the 5?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'll take it because I don't think it's going to be that. Okay. I think we're going to get 2 out of 5.
Well, we'll see. We will see. I mean, you guys, like I said, I think you guys are much better than.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But
go ahead.
I don't know. I don't trust. I don't trust Embiid. Don't trust Paul George. And when Paul George and Embiid gets in, a lot of people going to be sitting down.
Where's points per game? Here it is. Okay, points. Tyrese Maxey averaging 32 points a game. Embiid's at around 20. Oubre's
he's on fire.
17. Grimes is at 16.5. The Edgecombe's at 15.5. Watford is at 9. Barlow's at 8.3, and Drummond is about 8. I mean, that's still some good talent right there and good production. You just got to get everybody together, and guys got to play and build up towards the playoffs. Because it's still early. It's just like with the Knicks. It's still early. Once you get set and get comfortable, then things will take off and go to another dynamic. So I'm just waiting to see. I think you guys are going to be there at the end of the year. I really do. Especially in the East. I think
we have enough, but
now, are you saying? Am I saying you're going to win the division? No, I'm not saying that. I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying that. But
so you think we're going to make the play-in?
I think you're going to be in at least maybe 5-6. I really do, because looking at the way the landscape is, do I think the Knicks are going to be, one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the East? Yes. They better be number 1 or 2, but top 2 or 3, yes. Milwaukee's going to be there. Detroit is showing that they're going to be there, and Cleveland is another one that's a dark horse. So I think those are the top 4 teams in the East right now. You guys can be right there at 5 or 6. Because you're going to be. I think you can compete with Orlando, Miami, and Atlanta for that 6th spot.
I hope you're right.
We'll see,
I don't
though.
see it, but I hope you're right.
Well, we will see, though. So, I mean,
I'm shocked that we're doing as good as we are right now. But I'm waiting for. I'm already knowing it's gonna. Embiid, you're gonna miss Embiid way too much, and Paul George stay healthy.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Health is going to be key. Yes, it is to the long-term viability of your team.
But that's in every sport. So
every sport, every team. So
yep.
I mean, hey, let's go over to my boys. I mean, we won yesterday, 140-132. And we didn't have Jalen Brunson, and OG Anunoby went out in the first quarter.
Oh, really?
He went down with a hamstring injury. So we didn't have him for the game. So, and that's where, like I said, we're in the group seeding. We're tied for number 2, but we're behind Chicago because Chicago beat us head to head. So we'll see where that happens. But Karl-Anthony Towns, 39 points, but Landry Shamet, he put up 36 points off the bench yesterday. He was on fire yesterday. Jordan Clarkson, another 25 points. Bridges, 15. Josh Hart had a triple-double, 12, 12, and 10. So, like I said, Brunson was out. OG went out. And then for Miami, Norman Powell had 38 points. Jaquez had 23. Wiggins and Ware, 15 apiece. So the point I'm making is we had our reserves because what was one of the biggest things and biggest argument about Tibbs last year? He didn't use his bench. Well,
Right.
Here you go. Mike Brown. Now we have a new coach. We're trying to fill it out. We're 8-4. So excuse me. There have been some questions that some Knicks fans and concerns, but I keep saying the same thing. It's early. We've only played 12 games. We got to get comfortable. And now that Brunson is out, that's probably going to extend it a little bit longer. He's day by day, but right now I'm to the point. Let him sit and come back 100% healthy. Because the guys on the bench are showing they can at least keep us in games. We're not getting blown out. Now Miami was missing some key players also, so that also is a factor. But Towns is he's still a top player. He might not be top 5, but you want to say he's top 15, top 20-ish. He's still someone you have to respect his game. So. Andre Drummond can look like a top 5 center in the league and the sole worst player in the league, all in the span of 1 quarter. Yeah,
hitting threes, so I can deal with Drummond.
Yeah, but
Drummond like I was worried about Drummond being healthy, but he's been hitting threes. He's been showing something.
So, as far as the Knicks, I mean, they blocked the punt. Sorry. Got a football game on too. So, as far as yesterday, the Knicks showed something. They most of the game they were up double digits. And Miami, closed it down. So, but again, like I said, I mean, it says the Knicks trailed 62-61 in the second quarter before Towns connected on the 3 and free throws. And they never trailed again, leading 78-68 at the half. So, as you see right there, they went on a 17-6 run to close out the quarter. So, they were up at one point 125-110. So, like I was saying, they played well. They were showing some zone. I mean, they had the number 2 scoring offense in the league. So I mean that tells me everything I need to know. They have talent. They just got to get it together. They're going to be tough, but injuries are going to play a role. Look, we lost key players, but guys got to step up. Your bench has to step up. That's why I keep saying about you guys. We didn't have 2 of our key starters. And, and I understand about Embiid is not the Embiid of years ago. I'm not looking for that. But if he's giving you 20 points a game, that's something you have to respect in the NBA. And that's how teams are going to defend you. Yabu is barely playing, man. He came in out of shape.
Wow.
I wonder how he's fitting into what they're trying to do. I don't know if they just want him to lose the weight, but he's barely playing. I don't see the same player that I saw with you guys last year. I don't. So it's
Sixers did a good move by not bringing Yabu back.
hey, maybe, like I said, he's not in shape. He's really not. I think that's the biggest thing. I think if he can lose the weight and get back in shape, then he could be a better player. But right now without him, and and the plus with Mitchell Robinson, they're playing him. They don't play him back to backs. So it's because of his injury coming back. So we're limited in terms of size. They're not playing hot 40. He's out of the rotation. So once Mitchell Robinson is out, Josh Hart is our next quote unquote big. So it's back to last year, but they're buying in and they're playing well. So, and it's working, and they still got to develop, but they're going to be a tough team. My expectation is still the same, man. It's still the same. Yesterday's box score. Let me see. Here it is.
Oh,
Yeah, Carson Wiggins had 15. So they had 2 for 6 guys in double figures yesterday. The Knicks had 2 for 5. Towns 39, Shamet 36, Clarkson 24, Bridges 15. So, like I said, Hart with 12. Yabusele, here it is. He had 3 points. He was 1 for 1 from 3. And it looks like he played minutes. He played 6 minutes yesterday. So there you have it. He's not playing. So, and on the season, let me find the team. The Knicks. Let me tell them I can't reach. Team stats on the season. Players. And where's your points? Points. Here it is. All right, Brunson leading the way, 28. Towns at roughly 22. OG 16. Bridges about the same, 15.5. Clarkson 10. Shamet around 10. Josh Hart about 8.5. McBride 8.5. So, and then Mitchell Robinson though was a beast yesterday with rebounds.
I can't believe you guys beat the Heat. I can't believe you beat the Heat.
Yeah. Mitchell Robinson's averaging 8, about 8, a little over 8.5 rebounds a game, but the offensive rebound 5.8 rebounds per game, man. That's the thing that's really helping the Knicks too. When he's out there. Plus he plays defense. He handles the plate, handles the paint. So and like I said, the offense, it's very productive, man. Team number 2 offense in the league. So and Miami was number 1. So there you have it. So it's going to be interesting going forward.
There's a long basketball just started. You got a long bunch of games.
Exactly. So and I didn't look at the Knicks schedule. Sorry, that's what I forgot to look at. We did with you
5.
guys.
Yeah, what's the
next 5? Hold
next
on.
5?
Let me pull that back up. Okay.
How many wins do you have?
Schedule. And here we go. We are at Miami on Monday, at Dallas, at Orlando, at Brooklyn, at Charlotte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're on the road the next 5 games. So Miami's going to be tough, man, because they're going to want revenge. Dallas,
yes, they're a revenge game.
Dallas is, what Dallas am I going to get? Because they're that they just fired their GM,
right? You don't know what night you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get tonight.
Exactly, and again, they just fired their GM, so how are they going to hold to? Orlando just came into New York and beat us, and they played very physically against New York. So now do we want revenge? Of course. Brooklyn is
Oh, you got Brooklyn's going to be a give me. That's a win.
it's always still a fight because they're still city teams. So but yes, am I expecting them to handle them? Yes, same thing with Charlotte. So I think at best, I mean at worst, they should come out 3-2. At best, 4-1. That's
You
that. I'm going to be honest.
have
I think 4-1. The key is going to be the Miami and Orlando. Can they split those two games? If not,
right.
get them. But now if they can get them both, then I'm going to expect them to sweep the 5-game series. So I'm going to be honest. You know,
They might
um,
do that because I mean I think you at
Orlando
least
gives New
to
York
win.
problems.
Say you lose to Miami because maybe Miami's got a chip on their shoulder.
Hmm.
They just lost to you. And you might lose to the Magic, but
Hmm.
I think that's the only one you're going to lose to.
Yeah, Orlando gives us
So
problems because
you might be 3-2.
that's why I said worst case we're 3-2. Best case scenario 4-1. So Orlando just, I've been saying it since last year, and I've always liked Orlando. They, number one, they play very physically. They're
Right.
tall, they're long, and they got some good young skill players. So, how does New York match up to them? So, and now that you don't have Anna OG, your best defensive player, that's going to be another key factor. So, because now you're going to have to start smaller guys to go up against the bigger Orlando Magic. So, and then also Miami did not have Bam Adebayo playing, and whatchamacallit too. So they had two key starters out also. So they should be back for that game. So, that's why I'm like, and that's why I'm like, 3-2. They probably use the first two, but then they better win the last three. No, they'll probably win the Dallas game. Because I don't think Anthony Davis is there. They don't have Kyrie, so you can probably take care of Cooper Flag. So we will see. So it's going to be intriguing. So, but that's it with the Knicks. So, and last thing we're going to talk about before we get out of here, Aaron Judge won the AL MVP. And my question is he already an all-time great, or does he need a World Series ring to be put in that category as an all-time great?
He's an all-time great.
He's currently an all-time great. He doesn't need to do
And
anything. He's a cemented Hall of Famer too, right now.
yes, he's right now a Hall of Famer, all-time great. Even though I don't like him because who he plays for, all-time
Hmm.
great. And
Um.
he
Hmm.
is the placement hit.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, he can do it all. You need a home run to get you a home run. You want him
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
place hit, he can place hit. He can
Hmm.
do it all. And that's why Aaron Judge is going to be deserves the MVP. That's why he's going in the Hall of Fame. That's why he should be. He's the whole coot and caboodle. He is great.
Okay. 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 I mean, I agree with you. I
Oh,
don't
I hate the
think.
team he plays for. Don't get me wrong.
No, I get you. I get you. Do I think he's, if he retired now, he's headed for the Hall of Fame? Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, he's won multiple MVPs, home run champion, multiple All Star, led the league in hitting. Look at all his stat lines. You um, he just does it all, like you said. Plus, with his physique and everything, the only thing that really hurts him is his injury history. You can make an argument there, but when he's on that field and plays the outfield very well, and even played center field. So yeah, he's an all-time great. Where you would list him in terms of Yankee greats, I think not having a World Series will hurt him. What I'm talking about is DiMaggio,
I know.
Ruth. When
I
I'm
get
put
it. I get it. The
even
Eminem
Derek
boys.
Jeter too.
You got the Eminem boys too, right?
Yeah, Maris and
So
Mantle. So it's like
yeah.
Yogi
So I get
Berra.
it. I mean, but what's he? At least top 8, right?
I'll give him top 10 right now. I'll
All
give him
right,
top
top
10.
10.
I'll
I
give him
mean,
top
he's
10.
still up there. The
Yeah, no,
dude's
he's up.
phenomenal. But yeah, you got
You
the
know what?
DiMaggio and all them. I mean,
Well, let me go back because Ruth, DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig,
got
Mantle,
him.
Derek Jeter. I'm sorry,
He's better than Derek.
Don Mattingly.
I give him better than Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter is more clutch than he is. This is why Derek Jeter is up there. I mean, and it's not even about the World Series. It's about what he did and how he played the game, what he did on the
Derek
field.
Jeter, listen, I'm not taking nothing off of Derek Jeter. I just think Judge.
Derek Jeter is a better hitter overall. Judge is a better home run hitter. Derek Jeter did phenomenal. What's the one thing everybody, because you couldn't back in the days when they did the shift, everybody said you can't shift against him because he'll hit
Yeah,
away.
you can't shift him because if you shift him with Derek Jeter, is you leave that open spot, he's going to hit it there.
Exactly. He's a placement. He's a
That's
true
a placement hitter. That's what
yeah.
a placement is. Aaron Judge is the same way.
Yeah, but he's more of a home run hitter.
But Aaron Judge is more. I can put it out of the ballpark anywhere I want.
No, I get that. Yes. But he also strikes out more than Derek Jeter too.
Right.
So that's why this is why I'm putting him in Yankee lore. What he's done, Derek Jeter for the Yankee, and he also has longevity too. So this is why I'm saying because Derek Jeter has played longer. So that's why he's.
It is raw. It's a good argument. It's not a bad argument.
Now this is me. Like I even put Don Mattingly over Aaron Judge right now, and Don Mattingly never won a World Series. So it's just that I know what Don Mattingly did for the Yankees in that period of time where he was elite, leading the league and hitting home runs, everything, being out there, Gold Gloves, 9 Gold Gloves as a first baseman. So it's the only thing that stopped.
I think he's around top 10, but
of
Yankees, not of all.
Exactly, Victor. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, Judge is a better home run hitter than Derek Jeter because he has better power. Right. But overall, Derek Jeter could hit across the field easily.
Jeter is a placement hitter.
Yeah.
Judge
is a combination. I'll give it to you, but Judge also strikes out more because of his swing. He has that looping swing where
he has
Derek Jeter has that close hit.
Always trying to take it downtown.
Out of the ballpark. Exactly. So, but hey, he's still top 10, and like I said, I mean.
And I think he's the top 10 one of the best Yankees.
Yes.
Maybe 8, but in that area, but that's a good thing to be arguing about.
Well,
if you're a Yankee fan.
Who's better? Who's a better player right now? Is it Shohei or Aaron Judge? And don't include the pitching. Take the pitching out of Shohei's repertoire.
The pitching out of just hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Just hitting. Even though Ohtani can play in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a close one. But I'm going to give it to Aaron Judge. Barely. And this is like just.
I get it. I got to give it to Shohei, man. And it's not even about the 2 World Series, no.
Ohtani is good. He's excellent.
Yes.
But I'm just going to give it to Judge.
Okay.
Because of how Ohtani acts at the plate sometimes. Sometimes you get nothing out of him, and Judge is and yes, you get it out of Judge too, or you don't get nothing from him. But Judge will get you those hits. The
one thing I will say about Judge, though, I have seen him. Maybe he's not bunting, but he is sacrificing because he does sacrifice very well.
He's a sacrifice fly. He does that.
Yes.
Ohtani don't. Ohtani's not the placement hitter, and that's why I'm giving it to Judge.
So Aaron Judge steals bases too, man.
No. I said placement.
No. I'm talking to Victor. Victor said Ohtani, since he can steal bases and Ohtani can hit.
No, Judge steals bases too.
Yeah, Judge steals bases too, and he hits to all fields too. So and remember, early Judge was out there hitting. I mean, getting stolen bases. Yeah, I think one time he was 30 and went early in his career.
I think it was 30. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just that because he's
Like
gotten.
Judge does sacrifices. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice fly in the outfield to
Mm-hmm.
get that guy home.
Exactly.
So, or to get those guys over. So
Now I will say Otani has had better talent around him than Aaron Judge.
yes. Oh
So
yeah.
that which is why Aaron Judge has done it a lot of times by himself in comparison to Otani.
Like
You know,
Otani, they can't pitch around him.
no,
All right. And
you.
that's why they gotta pitch him. They can't
Mm-hmm.
pitch around Otani, and that's why Otani's getting the hits that he does. Because you gotta
Mm-hmm.
pitch to me. Because what are you gonna do? The next guy's
Exactly.
gonna hit the home run.
Exactly.
If you're gonna
Where
walk me,
there have been
Judge,
times when and Judge,
Judge,
yeah,
they don't have to pitch to him.
at time, nope. Mm-mm. And you would think when he has Stanton with him, they should have been the new age Bash brothers, but
Yes.
Stanton has always been injured so much, and
But
it's
he's
just
always hurt. They would have
yeah.
been the
So
next. I thought they
I
were
will
gonna
say
be
this.
like Eminem
I
boys. Remember them
I will
big,
say this: if you put Judge in that Los Angeles lineup, I think hands down he probably has four World Series rings right now.
Now, if Otani didn't go to the Dodgers,
Mm-hmm.
do you still think he would be as good as he is right now? Let him
Depends on the
be. Hold on.
what team,
No,
but
no,
what
no.
team?
All right. Say he went to Boston.
Yes, I think he still would be as good as he is. Because Boston at times they do put talent around you. So I think he would still be good. There's certain teams, you guys, I think he would be good. The Yankees, I think he would be
Right.
good. If you put him with the current Mets, I think there's that possibility. But if you put him with somebody like
Marlins.
Milwaukee right now, I don't think he would be as elite as he is if he was with
That's
Milwaukee.
what I mean. Like, figure out a team that he wouldn't be a lead at. Would
He
he
proved it with
in that hurdle?
Victor. He proved it because of Mike Trout. I'm sorry. When you had him and Trout, he still had somebody around him.
Yeah, he still
Now,
had somewhere around him.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to think of teams where, like, if you put him with Milwaukee, do I think Milwaukee's a good team? But do I think he would be as elite as he is? No, no.
That's what
You
I'm
could
thinking. Like, go with a team that's not elite, and would he be
no,
still as good as he is?
no,
Don't get me
no.
wrong. Otani's great,
Yes, but
but
no.
you got to pitch. You got to pitch to him. You can't walk him. You can't play the chess game with Otani because the next guy up is going to hit that home run.
I'm not familiar with who the Marlins has, but based on how they play, I would say no. I would say no. Teams like the Marlins, Atlanta would probably be a borderline because they do have talent there. But the thing is, I'm looking at do these teams have someone the opposition fears right now when they come up to the plate? So it's a catch 22. Mrs. Halftime say what's up to Grega. Put him on the Giants. I don't do halftime. You tell me about the San Francisco Giants. Are they a good team? Would he do well with the Giants?
I think he would do well with the Giants.
Okay.
I really do. I think he would do well with the Giants. Giants, they got a team, but it is, and a lot of people don't like them, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think he would make that team organization really good.
Okay. 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 Man, that's interesting, man. I'm gonna
But
talk to one of my.
there's just teams I don't think if they had a Tony that he
If
wouldn't
it's
be as good as he is.
Here's a team I think he would do well with right now from to this past season. That's Seattle with him and it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he would.
yeah.
Yeah, he would light it up in Seattle.
Plus, it's also there's certain ballparks because
Right.
he's left-handed, right? So
Right.
if you put him in Yankee Stadium, he's killing it with home runs. That
Right.
alone, right there, So that's why I'm looking at him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, first of all, if you put him and Judge together in the same lineup, forget it.
Oh yeah,
Forget it. They better not ever lose a
that
damn game.
that would be the scariest thing in baseball.
Yes, exactly. So
That would. I'm just gonna be honest. I think that would be the scariest thing in baseball. See, if you
exactly.
had a Tawny and
Aaron Judge.
Judge on the same team, and they're going right behind each other. Oh my lord!
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. You would make it so much easier, especially with the lineup that they have now. Now Stanton has to produce. Jazz Chisholm, he has his ups and downs, but he's still, a good enough player. So I think if you put him on the Rangers, he would do good. Now I'm not familiar with the Rangers lineup, so I mean, you'd have to tell me, So I just know Toronto is another one I think he would do very well with.
Right.
Put him with Toronto with that line. Ooh, man, that would be scary as shit.
Yeah. He was with Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah. So, last thing I want to ask you before we get out of here, do you know anything about this new Japanese player who's now supposed to be able to come over to the United States once he whatever?
No, I did not
All
hear that.
right, I have to find out about him. So
I got to find out.
yeah. So
Now you got me wanting to find out.
yeah, no, he's supposed to be. I think he's a shortstop. But he's now has permission to come over and seek whatever whatever they do. You have to pay their home team in Japan, and then he can come over here and sign with whoever. So it's going to be intriguing to see. So I know right now they have a lot of free agents. So we'll see. Put the Pirates. Put them on the Pirates. Ohtani is. Skeens is a pitcher. He's not a hitter.
All right.
Come on now. Come on,
man. I knew Vic was about to say put him on the Pirates.
Exactly. So I was staying away from that, man. So
I'll just stay away from that one, Vic.
So but seriously, everyone. I mean, it's been a long show, great show. A lot that I know we've been away, so that's why we, really, got a lot of talk in today. So appreciate everybody for being here with us, man. Halftime, man, nothing but love and respect. Hope Mrs. Halftime gets better, gets going. So to all y'all out there, thank you. You said you got are you doing a hockey game today?
I'm doing a hockey game in like 2 hours.
Okay, and then you got the Eagles game tomorrow.
And I got the Eagles game Sunday night.
So make sure you guys tap in to Halftime. So you guys can follow along. Appreciate you guys always being here. So go to Streaming the Flyers. There you go. Nick says it. Called you the GOAT. So appreciate all of you guys, man, for the support, for always being here and rocking with us through the ups and the downs, man. Life happens, but when we can, we're gonna be here. So again, appreciate you all. Make sure y'all go into all the associated networks, the Aboriginal Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network, Halftime's channel, Coach Edd Sports. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe, all that good stuff, man. And I really appreciate everyone. Thanks for tapping in. And until next week, we're out of here. And what do you always say when you get out of here, Halftime?
Catch you on the rebound.
Peace.
Peace.
We gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Phyllis Hart and Coach Edd's cheer. We break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.